say that out loud.
Welcome to the SKIDS Podcast. Shane Kopke. I am here with Tim Gage and Kevin McNichols. White Lassie.
Hello.
White Lassie.
That's Timmy is Lassie's owner.
Oh, that's right.
That's Timmy saying
Usually
it.
Timmy's in the well.
Usually I'm pretty good at these fucking references, and I just completely missed that one.
Yeah, well.
Too bad it wasn't a dolphin. That would have been even better, especially with us talking about the lady jerking off a dolphin. Yeah, who was the flipper kid?
It wasn't Timmy.
No, I know that, but that would have been pretty cool. Anyway, we have a show to do.
Dan Marino. That was the kid.
Dan Marino? I don't think it was Dan Marino.
Miami Dolphins.
He was in the movie
Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura, and
Die, Dan, die.
how many?
Laces out.
Yeah, laces out.
Here's my question:
The
How
laces
many?
were in.
How
They
many
were
movies from when we were younger, like that one, would be cancelable, or at least I don't know if it is anymore.
All of them.
Because once Trump won, everybody seems you can say retard again.
Oh, they gave
Yes.
it back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Goddamn
dude, all the
retards.
streamers are saying it.
Yep.
Oh.
Everybody's saying it.
I fucking
now.
love that.
And you don't
I'm
have to
so
say
happy.
grape anymore when you mean rape.
No,
Yes.
actually, you do.
Oh.
Yeah, you
At
said
least
it
on
that.
on streams and like
Well,
channels. and
fuck.
stuff.
You gotta say
Yeah,
essay.
well,
That's
yeah,
so
Forced
funny, too.
fuck.
Essay.
Yeah.
But no, like what movies would have been fucking like completely just demolished
I think
now?
there's quite a lot.
Son
I mean,
of the
Ace-
South.
Ace Ventura, I don't know what the
The-
fuck that is.
Well, the first Ace
obviously
Ventura,
it's racist is what I'm
It's
thinking.
racist as fuck.
then there's them puking because they all got kissed by the tranny in that.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
Yeah. No,
that
we
was-
know Ace Ventura.
Yeah,
what
yeah,
other
yeah.
movies? That's why I said the other word.
I know
Well, there's
anything,
a whole- there's a
anything
whole
Bugs
lot of
Bunny
them.
would be
Like-
fucking. That's for fucking sure.
Well, yeah. I
All
mean,
of the old.
a lot of those
so
were
many-
pretty racist. Like
Yeah,
the
they
Tom and Jerry stuff.
Oh my god.
The black lady.
The all the mammy stuff.
get out of there.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah.
Thomas.
Honestly, thankfully, we're starting to move away from that shit now.
But when are we gonna actually get a good comedy again? A good
I think it will-
comedic movie.
I think it'll
That
come,
one with
but
Paul
it's,
Rudd
it's
might be good.
well. I think it's going to happen, but
I think
it's
his
probably
with-
going to take a few years for things to continue to kind of calm down from the woke shit.
I think
you know?
Paul Rudd's movie with Sean William Scott, is that his name?
No, it's the Tim
no,
Robbins.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is, I think that movie was good, but that was like right before the woke shit. That was fuck. What was the name of that movie?
Tim Robbins or Robinson? I can't remember. It's Robbins.
Tim Robbins. Yes.
Tim Robbins with Paul.
I'm
Rudd?
not talking about that one. Sean William Scott with Paul Rudd. What movie was that? That was the one where
Evolution.
no, that was
Oh!
that was the one
Wait, was that the one where
where they all dressed
kids
as
were all-
Kiss at the end. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
they were
Step
like
Brother.
LARPing and
No.
stuff.
No,
No?
it's
Not
Big-
Step Brothers.
Big Brothers. or
No,
something like
it's
that.
not
They
that
were
either.
Little brothers.
Nope.
Black brothers.
No. Because only one of the kids was black.
White chicks.
Yep. That's it. White chicks. You guys nailed it. I can't believe you guys nailed it. If only there was a way to figure out how to fucking
No,
find this.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was a funny one.
Yeah, but that was right before all the woke shit
Yeah,
and
it
fucking
got a
canceling
little
and
uncomfortable with the kid touching and all that and the diddling, or the assumed diddling that got him in trouble
who?
because they were pissing. Is that what? No,
Role models.
role models.
Role models.
Yeah, that little black kid kept.
That was the
kept-
one where they were LARPing.
Yeah, he
That's
kept
right.
saying that he was
Yeah.
gonna fucking turn him in
Yeah.
for child molestation.
Yeah.
That kid was hilarious.
That was a funny one.
And
And
they
then
go on a camp
what's
and
his
together,
name?
did Ambien and then have sex or something with a hot chick. And they
What-
end up just passing out.
Yeah, what's his name from?
He's like, if you take a bunch of Ambien and then try to stay awake, it's like you get really fucked up.
that guy from Hangover played like the
Young.
king. Yeah,
John
Jong Young, I think.
Yeah,
Or
Jung
something
Young
like that.
or whatever. He used to be a dentist.
Yeah, or
Or
a
doctor.
doctor. Yeah,
he was actually, I think, a physician.
Yeah, I think
just
so,
like a
something
regular
like that.
physician.
But yeah, and then he went into comedy and
Watch,
left
I'm
it all
way
behind.
off. He was like a cardiac specialist.
Yeah,
Like
He's a
something
brain
super
surgeon.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
In Japan, heart
Yeah.
surgeon #1.
No, see, that's the crazy thing. People are good, like high-ranking fucking doctors. They'll move here and they're like, "Yeah, you can be a janitor."
Yeah.
Oh, to the States?
Yeah,
Oh, I know.
even though maybe their shit is more advanced, like in certain ways.
Well, there's people that leave this country to go to other countries for premium surgeries. Like
Yeah.
India,
Sure
I
they do.
guess, is renowned for their surgeries.
which is crazy because there's shit in the
'Cause it's
streets
filthy
everywhere.
there. It's absolutely
Everywhere.
fucking filthy
Yeah.
there.
How do they have a room?
And they don't speak English, Kevin.
Cuba is
It's
believe it?
disgusting.
Who doesn't speak English? What are you talking
The
about?
guy named Michael that you talk to on the phone from time to time.
Yeah, with card services.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Mikhail?
No, it's Michael.
No, that's Russian, you retard.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the guy who helps you with your credit card information because
Yeah, we're talking. Where do
someone
call
hacked your
centers come
account,
from?
and he's just trying to help.
Where do they come from?
Where are they located?
Thomas Edison made those up.
Jesus Christ.
Phones?
No.
We're getting off the rails. Pretty
India.
quick, bud.
So
So
there's a lot of them in India.
Thomas Edison.
I was joking.
You know, I know. Did you know that he made a? What was it called? Was it the Spirit Radio? Was that he made?
Was that Thomas Edison?
Well, both him and fucking Tesla made radios to try to contact the dead.
Well, smart people can be dumb too.
What if they did?
Yeah, Kevin. You ever think of that? What if they did? What if we could communicate with the afterworld?
I think that's a dumb idea
Why?
because I don't think.
Why
it's
not be a
possible.
little open-minded about things that you don't know anything
Well,
about?
I'm open-minded about things. I just think that's a dumb one
Why?
because
You can't destroy energy. 21 grams, motherfucker.
no. Hey, look. If there's something after, I seriously doubt that we could just find a way to communicate.
No, it's just us doing the podcast forever.
Oh,
We're
God.
like,
in
oh
some
my
other
God.
in some other
That's called
existence,
hell. Is what that's called.
Yeah, no
That's
shit.
purgatory.
becomes the most popular show in hell.
But nobody speaks English.
Yeah.
We just do it from India.
Yeah,
The hell version of India. Wait,
It's
Which is
already
India.
the hell version of India.
it's hell on
Wait,
earth now,
didn't
bud.
India and Pakistan just fight each other for a bit?
yeah, and then it all ended, and it's all good now.
Well, they figured that out.
How did
And
that
apparently
fucking happen?
Pakistan might break off into two countries now because they're having a big problem. Like,
Like Packy and Stan?
yeah,
That's not a bad
that's
name.
actually not a bad name.
Huh.
Yeah. That
Wow,
ended
Kevin,
pretty
you're
quick.
so informative.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Well, tell us more.
You're welcome.
Tell us more about that, newsman.
Well,
Yep,
I
you
mean,
got
we
it.
pretty much covered it.
Oh, well, all right. Well, then we'll
yeah.
stop that.
Well, actually, though, they did have the apparently
They
India
shot
during-
jets out of it. This guy.
I was going to say that they had the
fuck?
biggest dogfight actually in
Since World War
Since
II.
World War II.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
They actually have jets and shit?
Yeah, with like F-16s that
that's
I'm sure we sold to
badass.
both of them.
Yeah. you had the Indian version of like Maverick.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's like
So
I've
instead of
got you,
highway-
Ice. I've
yeah.
got your back, Iceman.
It's not Danger Zone anymore. It's
No, it's.
yeah. We're just playing that song too. It's the
that's not.
Hello, welcome to the Quickie
That's
Mart.
closer. Yes, that guy got canceled off of his own fucking show. That was
No,
dumb.
no, he didn't get canceled. They got they.
Yes,
they
he did.
They killed
ended
him.
the character.
Which was dumb because
I know it's dumb.
people from India weren't pissed off about
No,
it. It was
no.
white people.
Well, there was like two people that were from India.
Yeah,
they were
they
like,
don't-
they're,
they
but
don't
they're
matter.
but they're
They're from India.
leftists in
They're
Hollywood.
from India. They don't matter.
Technically, they
America.
weren't from India. They were born here, but they were Indian, and they lived in Hollywood and were
Yeah,
you know,
that which is the whole
terminally woke.
which is the whole reason why you don't take their fucking point of view at all. The guys right off the fucking boat or plane from India, ask them. They're gonna be like, I don't give a shit. I don't
No.
fucking care.
where's your hospitals? That's the next thing they would say.
Yeah, I want a
No,
job.
where's a 7-Eleven I can buy?
I am job.
I am job.
Do we have
I
anything
am
else up
job.
there?
What
Hey,
is
Kevin,
this
Jesus
fucking-
Christ.
Do we have
focus.
anything else? Yes, yes.
Like-
Fucking focus.
excuse
Working
me
it up,
here.
working it up, and
I
then letting
was,
us loose, like bringing
yeah,
it almost
yeah,
to climax and then
Jesus
stopping.
Christ,
So,
Kevin.
Fucking edging it this whole fucking show.
When it comes to the news, now we had
I
a
just
very
fucking-
interesting thing to happen. What?
I just did the news flash, and there wasn't any fucking news. Am I doing
Well,
the news
no,
flash
you
again?
don't need to. You already did the news flash.
all right, so
we
we're
don't
still in the
need to do
news.
the news. Yes, we're still doing it. Oh my
Jesus
God, my
Christ.
fucking ears, Jesus.
Yay, Kevin, you did it.
Play him out. Play
So-
him out.
So, May 27th, outside Barack Obama's house, two Secret Service agents, two women, apparently got into a brawl
We're gonna take some
that got
guesses
caught
really
on
quick.
camera.
Guesses really quick on their ethnicity.
I'm gonna say white, so I don't get in trouble.
All right, Kevin, you got any? Well, you know this, so you can't play the game.
I was going to say Eurasian.
I'm gonna say not white.
What? What
play the other card on
what
that.
version of not white?
Well, I see something that says, whoop this girl's ass.
Yeah, that's probably.
Yep.
I'd say black.
That's where I'm leaning.
Well, actually,
Well-
it didn't say whoop that
And in
girl's
fact,
ass.
he's probably said he prefers that race for his Secret Service or whatever they call them. Because that's what these people are, right? Secret Service agents?
They're Secret Service agents. Yes. So the Secret Service has
They
suspended
weren't keeping it very secretive if they're beating each other up outside of someone's house.
right outside former President Barack Obama's house. The Secret Service has suspended 2 uniformed officers who were reportedly caught on camera fighting each other outside former President Barack Obama's home last week. During the brawl, one federal officer allegedly grabbed her radio and threatened to whoop this girl's ass.
Did she say it on radio?
She apparently did.
That is awesome. That's actually pretty good.
Is there a video?
There is video.
Yay! We got to watch some chick fight. Chick fight.
All right,
It's
everybody
short.
toss out $1.
See this? Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
what?
fighting up over there.
Well,
That's about
It's hard
all
to
there
tell.
is.
skin tone's looking pretty white in those hands.
see
It's
that
pretty
again.
black and white on this fucking black and white photo or
Yeah.
video.
Look at him go.
And this is like
Ladies,
the worst.
ladies, please. There's plenty of him to go around.
This is the worst fucking camera
I
I've ever
know.
seen.
Why
the
would they
camera's
zoom
terrible.
in? Zoom out.
It's probably somebody's phone too, because that's how
I
they do
think
half
that's
of
what they're
these.
doing.
Pushing
Yeah.
and shoving. Ladies, come on. Not very professional,
No,
now is it?
not even any hair pulling, man. What the hell's gotten into these ladies?
Well, there's Secret Service.
Oh, here we go. It says now. This is from Susan Crabtree, whoever the hell that is. It says, "Is DEI still plaguing the Secret Service? Fracas outside Obama residence raises new questions. Get a supervisor immediately before I whoop this girl's ass." 2 female Secret Service uniformed division officers get into a physical fight outside the farm. Oh, we got radio too.
Yeah, I
Check the
figured
audio
that out
on
a
this.
minute ago.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oopsie
We got
daisy.
no sound.
There we go.
Start it over.
I did.
Oh. That's black.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely because apparently she didn't change the fire alarm.
Even in her
smoke
car.
detector. That is insane. What the fuck is going on?
So, yeah. I mean, look. Okay, remember during when the assassination attempt happened in Butler?
No, because nobody talks about it.
Well,
What?
we did.
Forgot all about it.
Yeah, what happened, Kevin?
But during that, actually, after it had ended and they were getting
Did those
President
female
Trump into
officers
the-
fight?
No, they didn't
Oh.
fight. But what we did get to see is
couldn't even
them
get her gun out.
mill about, having trouble
No, I
putting
think-
their guns
yeah,
back.
she was
into,
trying to put it back.
Trying to put her gun back in her holster. She couldn't get it. They looked confused. They also looked like they were
Yeah, because
barely
it's real.
5 feet tall.
Because it's real now. This isn't play dress up any longer, fucking Susie Homemaker.
That's the problem. They're supposed to be trained and prepared for situations like that.
Look, this is why I find it funny when I was talking about a while ago, what would you do with a female pilot? And you go, oh, just it's fine. I'm like, are you sure?
Well, I mean, if she won like awards for being a pilot, then I'd
I don't
probably
know.
feel a little better.
Do you
But
think the Black Hawk chick fucking won awards after being told by the male pilot in the other seat saying, hey, we shouldn't be going this way because we're going to probably crash into a fucking jet. And then
No.
they crash into a jet.
Well, I don't see her winning any awards. I don't think that she
She's-
probably
she's
did win
dead
awards.
now.
She won an award. It's called Death.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Darwin
I guess some
Award.
people could value that
They
award
posthumously
more than
gave
others.
They posthumously gave her the Medal of Honor. They're like, way to go, you did it.
She's
You
a
bravely
hero.
rammed that plane.
You bravely made us look at the black box on the other plane.
That's wild, dude. What a take.
Good job for getting
What a
bad
fucking
laws to
take.
change.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking wild that we're going through all this nonsense in this country because of like old policies.
Because a lot of these policies happened in the last 4 years.
Well, here's
They're
the
old,
here's the
they're
thing.
New
Like,
and they're ridiculous.
yeah.
like I don't care if the chick's the most qualified. Let her do it if
No.
she's the most qualified. Don't give a shit.
That's the key word though.
Yes.
Most qualified.
Yes.
Wait, what if she's a trans girl, though, most qualified?
Then fine.
Then she dress like whatever you appear as.
Right?
Just
So
don't
as a
dress
pi-
like a stripper. You know,
As a
What?
pilot?
dress the way you're supposed to dress
Oh.
in that role.
Is that what trans girls do then? They dress like strippers?
You know
then?
what?
They're
It's gonna.
allowed in the-
You know what would have happened if we kept going down this road?
That's what I'm trying to
In
get there. I'm trying
in-
to travel down that road. see
In
what,
DEI, had we kept traveling down this DEI road, it would have just been trans chicks taking all the chicks' jobs.
fuck yeah.
All of them. So it would have just been male-dominated everything.
That's
Yeah, as
where
it-
it was going.
as
The
it should be.
patriarchy would have been way crazier.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, the patriarchy wins again.
Yeah.
Fucking wild would that be? That'd be fucking
Well,
nuts.
I mean, we had
We're
one
winning
year,
all the
it-
women's awards.
And
We're-
yes, they all have nuts. But it was crazy that, like, you know, we had Woman of the Year, Caitlyn Jenner.
I forgot about that.
We had the best female swimmer being a 6'1" fucking dude
Yep.
for like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
In Australian rules football like was dominated by this 6'2", like 230 pound woman. That was
Then there wasn't
clearly
there,
not a
wasn't
woman.
there a bunch of like big track and like bicycle races that were won by trans
Yeah.
women as well?
but that's the thing. Like to the people that say there's no difference between men and women,
They're insane.
then how is it possible that a guy that would not beat guys is crushing women?
Yeah. One easy way to look at that, there's grip strength studies and
Get your
stuff,
fat
and
ass
you
back
can see
here.
just in grip strength right there, it's like massive differences.
Yeah. Bone density,
Yeah.
lung capacity,
Uh,
heart rate.
I think it's like what fast twitch response, I think it's called, or something like it, like the ligaments and everything actually respond faster.
We're just getting into phrenology now.
The phrenology is the skull.
well, they're fantastic climbers. I know that. Women kick her ass in climbing. That's for
They're
fucking
better
sure.
at doing
Except the ones that
ab
fall.
workouts.
Yeah.
Better at sit-ups.
Sit-ups?
I did police testing, and they always would tell us the women always crush the fucking sit-ups. They do terrible at the push-ups.
They're also much better at
Nagging?
No,
Yeah,
I was gonna say
it's true.
Naked yoga.
Doing dishes.
Dishes.
That's true.
Motherly stuff. Taking
Yeah.
care of the children.
Giving birth.
They're pretty good
far
at that.
better at that.
Yeah. Way
Yeah.
better than a man is, that's
Oh,
for sure.
Absolutely. I've
They're
seen
better.
Junior.
They're better at losing their feminism when it comes to wartime.
Yeah.
Oh
They're-
shit!
they're-
We're going to war.
They're far better at dodging the draft than
Yeah,
we are.
I'm no longer a feminist. What a shock! Weird that would coincide with the
I'm not
time
a
that we're
trans
moving to
woman.
war.
I'm a man. Wait,
That doesn't work.
now I'm a trans woman again. No, they're letting those back. No. Are they letting them back in the military? Do they get kicked out?
Look, I don't care.
I think a judge blocked it.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not gonna last.
I don't think. it will.
Here's the thing: that like, I don't care if you're trans in the military. There's a dress code. I'm sorry. I feel the same
Yeah,
way.
You got to adhere to the standard of
Well,
what
I feel
it is,
this
for sure.
the same way about like Muslims. I'm sorry, you don't get to fucking wear whatever you want on your head.
You know what I mean?
Hijab.
They would no, they're not ladies. I'm talking about the Muslim guys that would wear the fucking like
Turban,
not a
whatever?
turban.
I don't know what it's called, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's not quite a turban. It's
No.
So the Jewish guys can't wear their Jew
They-
cap. and all
nobody
of
should
that?
be able to wear any of that shit in the military. Everybody should have to be able to dress the same.
There's a reason why it's called a uniform.
What about jewelry and shit like that?
Nope.
Like the cross or the fucking,
Sorry,
they
get
can't
rid
wear
of
the
all of it.
chain and all that?
No.
Because I'm pretty sure I've seen them do that.
I know, but get rid of all of it.
Huh.
Get rid of all of it. You're now property of the United States Armed Forces.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with that. I think if you're going to be wearing a military uniform, then
Yeah.
you should be uniform.
Do you
with
see the
rest of
Chinese fucking
military.
dressing all like, hey, look, I'm a nuclear physicist that dresses like a chick.
Yeah, no.
You don't see that in the Chinese military.
No, Chinese military guys are not covered in glitter and.
No!
Yeah.
They look at that and they go, oh, we're going to steamroll this fucking country.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Like,
fucking
we
insane.
thought these guys were a threat.
Yeah, why? I
Jesus.
mean, that's not going to work.
No.
You don't intimidate people, but I mean, I guess it would be pretty intimidating if they had a division of nothing but trannies. Just
What would that look like?
a mess?
what an idea.
I think it would. Yeah.
Asian trannies
What?
in the military?
It's just young Filipino dudes.
That's what it would be. Yeah. Like they're fucking hot.
Bunch
It's
of-
like these are
Bunch of lady
gorgeous
boys.
women.
Like, oh man, you had me at what?
Yeah, yeah.
I can make women comfortable. I can make women comfortable.
That's fucking. I'm just saying, those Filipino chicks are pretty hot. Dicks or no dicks.
I think isn't it more Taiwanese?
The Thai chicks are pretty good too. Yeah.
I think it's more Taiwanese. That's where it's like really well known. where it's like nothing but like streets of nothing but lady boys.
I don't have that sound file.
What?
The me so horny.
Ah, that would have worked.
That would have been fucking awesome.
That would have worked.
Damn it. Pretty sure
So,
I had it at one point.
A little bit more news
you
here. So the U.S. State Department just released a warning that Americans should not travel to Venezuela, and any Americans that are there need to flee because there are risks of torture and kidnapping thanks to Maduro's socialist government.
Yeah, isn't that everywhere in South America?
Yeah,
not
it's
quite
not really
everywhere,
a pleasant place
but,
to visit, I hear.
Yeah.
You know, like I
Sounds
hear
terrible.
El Salvador's gotten a lot better.
Because
It's funny how Law and Order can do that. huh?
all
Yeah.
all of their gang members that were in the U.S. are now in their prisons.
Yeah.
I don't know how that makes their
and all
place
their
better.
gang members that were there are in
Look,
their prisons.
I was not a fan of... Who was the Filipino dictator dude that ended up fucking, like, just gunning down anybody that was doing drugs? Not a fan of that.
No,
was not a
definitely
fan
not.
of that dude at all. But did it make it safer? Look, that's the thing. You do have a line.
Sure,
Right?
absolutely. There's a
Total
lot.
control by the government does probably make things safer, but it sucks.
Well, there was a guy, I think is a influencer named Vitali that I think was in the Philippines.
Oh,
You
I've
hear about that?
I've watched
No.
video of this.
Yeah,
so
they
this
they're
guy.
making an example out of
Oh
this
yeah.
guy.
So this guy, he went over there.
How does
and
that have to do with Venezuela?
Oh, you're
nothing.
talking about
You were
Philippines.
just talking about
Go ahead.
Philippines. But this guy went over there, and he's one of those streamers. His name's Vitali. I think he's on He was on Twitch or Kick or something like that. And
He's been booted out on
Yeah.
a lot of platforms for his antics.
yeah,
He's
so
been
is-
arrested a lot.
what this guy
too.
does is he goes around in public, and he just really just fucks with people.
He just harasses people.
harasses
That
people.
sounds like that dude that went to Japan and did the same shit.
Yeah, and there was another guy. He went to Japan, then Korea. Now his name's Johnny Somali. Now
Yeah, that guy sucks.
That guy is also being
A piece
made an
of shit.
example of. He is a total piece of shit because he does the same thing Vitali
Yeah.
would do. He just goes
Yeah.
around and just fucks with people. And both of these countries are now making examples of these guys. And Vitali is looking at a steep prison sentence
Yeah,
in
like
a
23
really,
years or something like that.
in a really bad Filipino prison, like notoriously bad.
He's been arrested so many times and just let go because he had money.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is why you don't go to places that don't put up with shit like that.
Yeah, that's the thing is the president of the country. President, right, of the Philippines. I guess it's the president. He went on the news and it showed his a reaction video of him watching some of this Vitali stuff, and he's like, "Yeah,
fuck this guy.
Yeah, we have him. We're not gonna let him go. We're not gonna put up with that shit."
So
Yeah,
this
that
is,
guy's a piece of
this is
shit.
Vitali. He is a piece of shit, and he is looking at. Yeah, he's being denounced by the Russian government. Oh, that's
It doesn't
good
belong
for
to them
him.
anymore. Yeah.
Yep, they're just
Calling him
we're
American
washing our hands of this douchebag. He's not one of us guys, and I think that's his. That might have been his. I don't know if that was his actual
mugshot?
He has
but,
tons of mugshots. That's just it.
Yeah, he does.
And he always makes a face in it. He's like, yeah. Like I said, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he is.
Does he deserve 23 years? Probably
He
Uh,
not.
deserves longer than
I
that.
think he deserves.
For the amount of time that he
I
served
do think
prior
he
to.
deserves a steep prison sentence, but I don't know about 23 years. Because, I mean, this guy has been a menace to society, many societies, because he's traveled all over the
No,
globe.
but what has he done besides just fucking with
I think
people?
he like kidnapped a person
he
or
steals
something
shit.
like that.
Yeah, he even stole like a fucking cop's motorcycle over there.
Yeah.
Like literally just jumped on it while the guy was standing there and then took off with it.
On camera.
On
I
camera.
mean, that's kind of cool.
Well, he films everything he does.
Yeah.
No, not the
Uh,
camera thing. Stealing
no.
a cop bike? That's fine.
Well, not in the Philippines. Oh, wait. Oh, here we go. Let's see. This is him in the court. And I think that's like the head.
Yeah, they're like,
Prosecutor
shut
or
the fuck
something.
up, dude.
Yeah, this is them reacting to all this shit. That
Yeah,
he's
they're
doing.
showing some of his videos here. And that's one of the things with these live streamers that do this shit is they literally film their crimes.
For a while there, he wasn't getting any clicks. So everyone's like, they're tired of his shit. So
Yeah.
he started getting a bit more extreme, and he was getting people following him and sending him money for it.
Well, that's the
so
problem
funny.
with that whole genre is like when somebody does something extreme, they go, oh, cool, let's fucking watch this.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing I'm curious about. I mean, where does all the money come from? I get you got 1 million followers or whatever. Each
Ad
one sends-
revenue.
But man,
It's ad
people
revenue.
clicking and sending money though. Even like
Well, yeah,
on,
people will send money.
like OnlyFans. Like there's a lot of money cycling through that
Yeah.
fucking site.
Oh, yeah.
Where the fuck is
Tons.
it coming from? Like that bad baby bitch making how much fucking money from just
She made
$10
what?
here and there? Like first month.
Oh,
was like
it's
50
not. That's the thing. It's not $10 here and there. It's that might be the monthly subscription, but it's like, hey, I want this video. I want this video. I want this video. I want this video.
So that's how it works. You got to
Yeah.
pay for each video
well,
too.
that's part of it. The other part is too. You can tip on top of things.
Jesus.
So one guy might give you $3,000, even though it's $10 a month.
Yeah.
For just interaction?
Tim, they're not you.
Well, not
You can-
just
you can-
that,
they-
but like he said, you can get them. Hey, I want you to make a video of you doing this, or a photo of this,
Actually,
or whatever.
Black Mirror just did an episode that was like that.
Oh, really?
Right? They had this. I forget what the name of their website was called, but
Mhm.
it was a website where you would do fucking weird shit on live stream, and people would tip you for it.
Uh-huh.
And then they would suggest what you would do, and then you would go, "Oh, okay, I'll do that. You're gonna give me $100? Fine, I'll do that." And it's the same thing.
Yeah.
What
Same
the
idea.
fucking society do we live in, dude? That is Black Mirror shit.
We're
right
going.
there.
Yeah, no,
on
we're
one
already
that's-
there.
We're on one that's
That's
going fucking
fucking
downhill
nuts,
fast.
man.
That's why I say it's a simulation.
So click down below. Kevin will put a link up and tell us what you want us to do and send us money and we'll do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Shane said he'll kiss Kevin for $20.
I will
Uh,
not.
that's
20
not
bucks.
gonna
Shane is
happen.
gonna tongue him.
That's
Lick his
definitely not gonna happen.
anus for 100.
How about-
Kevin's
no, how about
disgusting.
no?
It'd be fantastic.
I'm not touching Kevin.
If
Stop
you do
it.
that, you're gonna get
Stop it.
multiple
Look,
diseases.
you're
It's
making
just-
It's
this
already
weird,
getting
Kevin.
awkward. Look at that. Look at that tension.
Kevin,
That's
you're
just gonna get us more money.
You're making this weird by fucking. Oh no! Like what? Stop it!
What,
All you had
should be
to-
saying,
no.
Oh yes, yes, yes.
No, but you're sitting over here. This is like when we send you the picture. This is just the same
God,
thing.
I
When me and
fucking
Tim
hate
just
that
laugh at it, we go ha ha ha, that's funny, and then we move on with our day. You go fucking ape shit and are freaked out for a month.
That's pretty. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, stop it. It looks weird. It's suspicious. You're very sus.
Me?
Yeah, you, Kevin. I don't think you said anybody else. You're the only one there's being
Well, fuck
weird.
the both of you.
See, now you're being gay.
That makes no
Whoa,
sense.
that's not working.
So-
I don't like 'em putting
okay,
chemicals in the water.
now-
Turn the friggin' frog
So some
gay.
interesting news. We're going to move off of live streamers, gay
Gay porn?
stuff,
Oh,
and
come on.
yeah, we're going.
Why,
Let's
Kevin?
move on from that.
Is that a touchy subject to you?
No, I'm saying I don't want us to get pinned down into one thing and get stuck doing that.
We're not going to get stuck doing that, Kevin.
Why do you
Why do you-
consider?
If it goes viral, then
Why
yeah,
has this
we
become
will.
your fantasy?
Why is it considered
It's
stuck?
nice.
Why do you
Jesus
think
Christ.
it's a bad thing, Kevin? It's,
Jesus
Because
Christ,
you
it's
can
a
be a
Kevin.
bad
little
thing.
more open, can't you?
You're the most homophobic person ever.
No, it's just not for me.
Guess who?
So, back to the cool stuff.
Kevin's going to find a fucking bead to shove up his ass. That's why he pulled this up.
So,
That is a pretty big anal bead.
Yeah.
well, what can I say? I'm into the novelty.
Some Asian dude's getting a real good look at it,
It's
too.
not Asian.
That's not Asian?
No, I think they're Colombian.
It's always South
believe.
America.
So-
South America always has
Did they find that
alien
alien
shit.
not too long ago?
So,
No, that was Mexico, and they were lying.
yeah, those are the
Where they found
mummified
3
ones.
babies.
Yeah, that was
whatever
bullshit.
it was.
So,
And then they
this-
started eating it.
So this has become. People have been talking a lot about this because it was found, I think, about maybe a couple months ago, and the scientists.
It's the thing Bob
it's
Lazar was
so it's
talking
like,
about.
So it's basically this orb that was seen and filmed by several people. They could see it flying, and apparently it flew in Colombia, and it flew into some power lines, and got all fucked up and crashed to the ground. And so these people went out and got it, and then they brought it to this university, and these scientists have been studying it. And Let's see this
El
video.
jueves
We're gonna
1 de mayo del
So it's
2025,
obviously
el
Oh,
señor
cool.
José Luis
No, this is
Velázquez,
really helpful.
especialista en rayos X,
Performed
realizó
a
una
series
serie
of-
de
Performed a series of
sorprendentes
surprising
pruebas a la
tests in the
esfera
Buga
Buga,
sphere. They
la
call it
cual
Buga
cayó
because
a
that's
tierra
the
después de
city
recibir
or
una
town it
descarga
fell
de
in.
10,000 voltios.
You got a
Las
10,000
imágenes
volt charge.
obtenidas
The images
arrojaron
obtained
resultados
yielded
sorprendentes.
surprising
En el
results.
interior, se
Inside,
puede
you can see a
observar en el
dense layer
contorno en tonalidad blanca una
surrounding the
densa
white
capa que la
outline,
rodea, lo que
which
es
indicates
indicativo
that
de
this
que
is
es muy
very
gruesa.
thick.
En
In
tonos
grayer
grises con
tones,
menor
with
densidad,
lower
se
density,
aprecia
another
otro
less dense
material
metal can be
menos
seen,
denso que
which would
confirmaría que la esfera
confirm
no
that
es
the sphere
hueca
is not
y
hollow
explicaría su
and
inusual
would explain
peso,
its
que se ha
unusual
logrado
weight,
documentar
which
de
has
manera inexplicable,
inexplicably
es
documented to be
variable.
variable. A
Asimismo,
series
se
of
detectaron
16
una serie
points
de
surrounding the
16 puntos
nucleus
que rodean al
were
núcleo.
also detected.
Esto se
These
trataría
are
de
giant
believed to
atom?
be
Al mismo tiempo,
microspheres.
se observó
At the
un
same
elemento
time,
de
a dark-toned
tonalidad
element
oscura
was
que
observed
se
distributed
distribuye
throughout
en
the
el
interior
de
of the
la esfera de
Buga
Buga,
sphere,
que revela
revealing
que
this
este
material
sería
to
el
be
menos
the
denso,
least
quizá
dense,
poroso.
perhaps porous. So, and this is one of the videos of it flying that was captured.
Yeah, whatever. Womp womp. That's fucking dumb.
So there's some more though, because these scientists have been putting out more and more. Like I guess they've been X-raying it and using other methods to try to look inside of it. They say there's no hinges or any sort of way that it looks like it had been put together.
Some
I mean,
fancy
it looked
design
like
on
it had a
the front.
giant line around it.
Well, no, it does, but there's no way to open it from there. It looks like that was put in.
Well, there's a way to open it. That's for fucking sure. They're just not doing it the right way.
Oh, I guess so. But see, that's I guess when it started to kind of come down.
Oh, I'd be on that like white on rice. It wouldn't be fucking. No one would find that.
Yeah, and so we've got some more video here.
Look at that fancy design on it. Is that real?
See, yes, that is on it, and it's got this weird
That's so fucking dumb.
markings,
Come
language on it. These designs, nobody really knows what the hell they are. They could probably be fake, but
Yeah,
Wouldn't it be
it is.
Wouldn't it be funny if by the end of this it's
Jueves
actually
1 de
just an
mayo
ad for Bad Bath and Beyond?
Yeah.
And those are
So-
little bath bombs.
So this guy's an X-ray specialist, and he performed. Okay, so I think I don't know if this
Same
is the
fucking video,
Is
Kevin.
this the same video? Okay.
Now, did
Yeah.
you notice how they? This is really dumb. No, it's not. It's not dumb, but I don't buy it. I think
These,
this is all
so
fake.
these. There's been a lot of people. I mean, like I said, this guy's also sent information to other scientists in America, and he's been trying to get other scientists to come out there to also examine it.
Yeah, except America's not going to do it because we already know what it is.
Because
Well,
we
there's-
don't, we don't
well, yeah.
fucking care.
Well,
No, we already know what it is.
No, there's a couple of scientists who have been talking back and forth to him on Twitter, and apparently have expressed interest in taking a look at it.
What I'm saying is the U.S. government already knows what it is, and we don't care.
Yeah, but these
because
scientists aren't the U.S. government.
because-
Or do they work for them?
we'll just kill everyone that's involved.
Well, they haven't done it yet
It will happen.
because these
They're
guys
all
have
gonna
been
die.
doing all sorts of testing on it.
It's every one of them is going to die of
So,
radiation poisoning or
Basically,
some weird shit.
they say that there are 3 different spheres within one another, and on the inside, there is actually, and there's another set of photos that show it.
Go. If you could pull the image of the actual like sphere again, the design on the front of it.
Mhm.
That right there. I don't know. It's
Pull it up.
pull that up really quick. Just rewind it to whatever
You could just rewind it.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna bring up a still.
because they say that center design there. The markings on the sphere on the center are an Empire emblem in the space conquest game Stellaris. Yeah,
I have Stellaris.
Yeah, so that little design right there on the
Zoom in.
Yeah, that design. Yeah, that in the center there
Is that the same?
is the emblem of the
It doesn't look the same.
space game Stellaris.
Okay, let me look up Stellaris. Okay, what did it say? It was the Empire.
Yeah, the Empire logo for the space game Stellaris.
Is it just called the Empire? I don't remember. I haven't played that game in years.
Yeah, Empire emblem.
Just type in Stellaris Empire symbol.
STE, but yeah, you got it.
None of that looks like it.
No.
Oh, this is the from the map.
From the map?
When you're playing the game,
Type map at the end of it.
I don't know.
I'm not seeing it. What did you type to get to it?
I just put Stellaris, or what is it? Buga Sphere debunked under Reddit.
Bugatti symbol.
Or Bugga. Or Buga. Or just debunked. Just
Yeah.
debunked.
Jesus
That's like the
Christ.
first thing that comes up.
Because fear debunked.
Yeah, so that's what I always go. I gravitate towards the debunked stuff when it comes to stuff
There's
like
the
this.
symbol right there to the left.
Yeah.
Nope, to your left. That's up. Go back down. Jesus Christ.
Would you calm
the
down?
Facebook
Jesus.
disturbance, yeah. So there, yeah.
Click
so,
over to the right where it says Reddit.
Yeah, it's
Jesus Christ.
That
This?
logo there
Yes.
is the same logo as on the front of the sphere.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
That is not even close.
No, it's not. It's got a similarity, but it's not.
So then, just go back the page, and there was also a close-up image.
And
that
that's
you
not
pulled
the
up.
Empire. That's the Quintian consensus.
Yeah, that's not even close to the same symbol.
So if you pull up the, there's that close-up of the symbol there. You see it right on Facebook.
Right here.
Yeah, that's not even close, dude.
That
That looks
doesn't even look close to it, huh?
no, that looks like a postage stamp.
Look
While
at-
the other one looks like not even close to that. That
Look
looks
at
like
that.
a circuit board.
Yeah.
Those don't
That's-
look the
this
same
is like-
at all.
3 squares.
So a square with sperms coming
Look
out of
like
it, and
a-
another one
a
has
black
square
dot
of sperms coming
That's
out
not.
of
No, that's not even close.
Yeah.
this
Oh,
is
wait,
a
look at
this is a
that.
fucking
Look,
reach.
look
it.
at that.
Zoomed in there.
Yeah, this is not
That's
even
kinda
close
cool.
to that other one though.
This outer part has kind of a similar. It's got these little circuit board thingies sticking out.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not.
No,
Not
that'd
the
be like
same.
it's a sphere. It's got to be a soccer ball.
Well, I think it's about the size of a soccer ball.
Well, then it's a soccer ball. We've solved the mystery.
It was like those fucking
It's Columbia.
those weird metal towers that were showing up. The fucking
The
obelisks.
obelisks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to this guy. Do you seriously believe that an interstellar species capable of traversing the vastness of the galaxy would produce metalwork and engraving of such laughably inferior quality?
I mean, it does have to fly through a bunch of shit.
Yeah, well, who knows? Maybe they're terrible metal workers.
Maybe.
Maybe that isn't even metal. Maybe it's made of dreams.
Yeah. What if it is made of dreams, Kevin?
Hey,
How come you didn't think of that?
There you go.
who knows? Maybe it is.
Debunked.
I'm no expert on alien tech.
Wasn't there something about during all these assassination attempts to
Well,
President Trump? They were claiming that a lot of them were Iranian or
Right.
Iran, like
Yeah.
mullahs or whatever, had
Uh-huh.
set up several that they had thwarted or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
So, my guess
two,
is...
I know of 2 that apparently actually happened, and then there's others that people have talked about that say that there was more than that.
Yeah,
Well-
like they had arrested 2 Iran.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys remember that during the election they were talking about how Iran was coming in to fucking kill Trump
Yeah.
during the election.
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think that these are all things tossed out there in order to lead up to something.
So that's
think
what
that's
that's what I
probably
was bringing up. Is
Yeah.
maybe that's what it was. This has been the plan all along.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
and Wesley Clark was talking about since what was it, the late 80s?
I know exactly what you're talking
The
about.
late 80s.
Yes.
Wesley Clark said that there was a plan in getting ready to be put into place that we were going to
Yes.
attack. What was it? Fucking Libya,
Yes.
Iran, Afghanistan,
Iraq.
and what was
And,
the other
I
one?
think Syria.
Oh, and Syria.
Yeah.
So weirdly enough, all of those places have gone down except for one.
Yep.
One.
Yeah.
And we're talking about another regime change
Yeah.
war, which has gone super for us so far.
Oh yeah.
We've done
when
great.
you say
Always
regime
been great.
change the regime of the Iranian
The
Yeah.
mullahs.
government. Yeah.
Yeah, change
The
it
Ayatollah.
change it to a government that is more Western
Controllable?
supportive. Yes, and more controllable. Exactly.
There's rumors that they're talking about trying to get the son of the Shah to go back.
oh boy. Really?
So the Shah, the whole reason Iran is Iran the way it is right now is because we implemented or installed a guy, the Shah, but I can't remember his fucking name. But we installed
Khomeini or something.
No, that
something?
Khomeini was
Gary?
the guy that came after him.
Oh, that was the guy that came.
the
after.
Ayatollah
Okay, yeah,
Khomeini,
right,
and then we got another
Ralph?
one that
Ralph,
has the
yeah.
same name, just different first name.
Ralph was what his
King
friend-
Ralph?
Yeah, that's what his friends call
But
him.
but we installed this guy that was the Shah, and because the way that the rules were that he was doing, it started an uprise against him.
All right.
And this is and plus all the talk of him being installed by us and all this other bullshit. He ended up having to flee to France. And this was the revolution that happened in 78, 76, something like that.
Yeah.
And then which led to the embassy being taken over, and our
And they made that
people,
movie about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our people being fucking held hostage for what was it,
Argo.
500 days?
That was the movie Argo.
Argo was great.
Yeah. And then didn't that at some point didn't that lead to the killing of like the Israeli Olympic team?
Yes.
Yeah.
That happened in 19.
Was that
that was
late
76.
70s? Was that
That was 76
Okay.
because the 1980 Olympics was. Oh wait, no, that might have been 78
It was
because
78.
that's Summer Olympics.
Yeah. Okay.
And 80 was the Winter Olympics.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so I
Which-
think that was 78.
Which they made a movie about what happened after that, which is called oh god, it's got-
Tonya Harding.
no, it's
Called Munich.
Munich. Thank you, Munich. Good
Cool,
movie by the way.
Cool
yeah.
Runnings.
It was Cool Runnings. Yeah. It was about
We are
a
Jamaican.
rascal team of
Ragtags.
Jamaicans.
We're a Jamaican bobsled team.
But yeah, so well, I mean, look, this is why I do think that there are some things that Israel does where I go, they're fucking brutal, but I like it. Like Munich, I thought what they did after what happened in Munich, Germany, when the terrorists ended up blowing up that helicopter with all those guys on it. I mean, they'd already killed like 2 or 3 other ones before that.
Yeah.
When that happened, what they did is they went on a thing that said, no, them and their families all dead. Everybody that was involved.
Yeah, I think was it Mossad that?
Yeah, Mossad.
Yeah.
The Mossad went in.
Mossad is just badass.
And I mean, they went fucking brutal.
That's the Iranian
No.
military.
No.
That's
That's
Mossad
Israel.
is
They're-
Israeli. Basically,
they're CIA.
pretty much.
All right.
They're MI6
Yeah,
or MI5.
yeah.
Is it MI5? I can never remember which one's the fake one that's in movies and which one's the real one.
MI6 is the James Bond.
Okay, so it's MI5. I can never remember the difference.
Interesting. So, what essentially this has been? I mean,
We've been building this for
50
fucking
plus
50
years.
plus.
Yeah.
Oh, longer than that.
Yeah.
Technically longer than that, but the where you can really see the ball rolling starts about. You're right, 50 years
so
ago.
what's the complaint here? I mean, let
Well-
Israel take care of business.
Well, that's-
because they're
okay.
going to draw us into it,
That's
and we're
the
going to go
problem,
into another
people.
regime change war,
Yeah.
which we just fucking got out of.
Yeah.
We just got out of
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan was one. The fucking Iraq was another
Yeah,
one.
and we were
Lyr-
involved in Syria.
Yeah, Syria, Libya. When
Libya.
Libya, we came, we saw
he
that
died.
he died,
Yeah.
and then Hillary Clinton during the campaign trail. I don't know what happened there. What happened there?
Yeah.
What happened there?
Yeah.
Did anything happen there?
Well, what about what's going on with Ukraine and all that? Is there going to be any? I mean, that's kind of off to the.
No,
No, I mean,
Ukraine's done now.
We don't
It's
worry
in the
about
back
Ukraine
burner.
anymore.
Yeah,
right?
not now.
Yeah, it's still going
Remember-
on, but that was old. That's yesterday's.
Ah, I
news,
see.
you
So
know,
they'll let them have their feud.
This is
and
the new
war. This is
thing.
the new war that we need to
Yeah.
be.
You got to remember,
Yeah.
big things just go away when new big things come up.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
When
ridiculous.
when that happened in Ukraine, COVID went the fuck away.
Yeah.
Completely.
Nobody gave a shit about all that.
I don't
stuff
even hear
afterward.
people going, "You might get COVID." I just see the masks from time to time.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
don't hear anybody fucking talking about it.
Yeah, I
'Cause
went
it's
to
not
that,
a thing anymore.
That No Kings March over the weekend, and no masks or anything
No.
like that. I was tad concerned about it. There was a lot of people that had turned out, but really, I didn't really see the point of it personally. I don't see what. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of
Well-
people that had a lot of,
Well,
it was two of my least favorite things: old people and chanting. I can't
Yeah.
fucking stand either. but-
Well, and the thing is,
I can see like enchanting.
I don't like
I
chanting
saw.
at all. I
I
think
saw.
it's stupid.
Well, I saw videos of various protests and stuff, and they were asking. Had people out there asking them, like, "So what are you out here for?" And like, people were just like, Trump sucks, bro. Like, fuck Trump."
Yeah,
Like,
it's essentially
just
what
like-
it was.
But
It's
it was like nobody really. A lot of these people didn't really know
86-47.
what the hell they were doing. Yeah.
It was all of that. It was just basically wanting Trump out of the office.
Yeah, and which I'm really glad that there wasn't a lot of them in Portland. 'cause-
Oh my God, and there was. Yes, there was.
Well,
You
not
didn't
where
see
I
the-
was going because I
The waterfront was insane.
See, I wasn't
dude.
at the
the
waterfront.
waterfront's always.
I spent
On the
Saturday.
weekends.
I spent Saturday at the hospital in Portland. So
Oh,
I'm
your
glad
girlfriend?
nobody was.
She
Yeah,
okay?
Did
yeah.
you die?
No, she didn't die. No.
Oh God, I'm sorry
but,
to hear that.
Yeah,
though.
she couldn't breathe. Well, we were watching a friend's house up in
Jesus.
Longview. She
What the fuck
couldn't
is
breathe,
wrong with
so,
you?
I had to
Goddamn,
take her.
Tim.
I had to take her from Longview down to.
Kevin's
the
like, I
hospital
like
she
rough
goes to.
sex.
Well,
That's why she couldn't breathe.
well, she actually just got out of the hospital yesterday, so she was in there
Oh
for
my
the whole
God,
weekend.
Kevin.
And then, yeah. So
The
that was-
fuck is
Jesus,
going on
dude,
in
we
your
gotta-
life?
Well, it
We
turns
could have
out.
postponed, bud.
Well, no, it's fine. I mean,
It's
she's
fine.
she's
If
all
she
right
dies
now.
tonight, she
No.
dies.
But I mean, no,
The
they,
Russian dude, if
if
she
she
dies,
she dies.
They had her over the weekend, and then on Monday, and they were just pumping her full of antibiotics.
Golly.
It turns out she has an abscess in her lung.
Yeah,
Oh my
that'll
God,
do it.
dude.
Yeah. So
And that's not one that you can just go pop,
no, it's not. It's
Yeah.
because
not.
that causes a lot of problems with the alveoli and all this other
Ex-
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
think
And
that's
well,
what
it
they're called.
explains why she's been coughing up blood.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she hasn't been coughing up like pussy shit.
I don't know. Maybe
Well,
she
that'd
has.
be if it erupted or something like that.
Yeah.
but-
Well,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
And they checked her blood when we got up there to see if there was any blood
yeah,
infections,
you
and
want
they
to be
didn't
careful
find
of that.
any.
Thank
So,
God, dude.
Yeah, and the doctor was like, if
I know,
we
my
had
dad
waited,
had that once.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not easy to take care of.
no,
He was
it's
in the
not.
hospital for I think 2 weeks, 3
Yeah.
weeks, something like that.
And the doctor told us that if we had waited a couple more days, then that might have happened, and then
Jesus.
she would have been there for a lot longer, and it could have been a really serious.
So it sounds like she
situation.
needs to have a stay at like an ICU.
Well, I mean, that's basically what she did.
No, that's what it sounds like she needs to do from now on.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
they,
she's getting-
they sent her home.
You need to admit her.
Kevin, she's getting.
Well, that's what I did Saturday.
She's getting older, Kevin.
I know.
It's not going to get better.
We all are getting old.
It's not going to get better.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
dude.
So
But,
when World War III starts, you're gonna have to cut your fucking ties in order to survive, bud. I'm just saying.
Dead weight, Kevin.
Well, I'll tell you one thing.
Tell
World War
Savannah I
III
said hi.
I will.
Jesus.
But I will tell you one thing though. Like I'm actually because all the people were off on other parts of Portland. So like when we got into town, there was like nobody around.
Well, that being said, there really, I mean, because the country was so prepared for this, really nothing much of anything happened with it. There was no, right? Because
Brought to you by Walmart.
We were assuming the worst at that.
Oh,
we
for
really
sure.
thought it was going to be the end of the fucking world on Saturday because there was going to be crazy riots and shit.
I thought it was going to be another repeat.
Police
of
were already
BLM.
all fucking set up. It was
Yeah.
the waterfront one that I went to in Vancouver. They had cop cars with those weird speaker box
Oh, so
things
you
on the
went to-
top of them.
Waterfront in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you went waterfront in Portland.
No, I didn't go to the Portland
Oh,
one.
okay.
I
was
thought
like-
that was going to get too violent, so I didn't want to do that. And I
Yeah.
can't stand Portland, so
And I figured
can't
the
either.
waterfront in Vancouver wouldn't. I
Oh, it
just
was
couldn't
mild.
imagine it being bad at
yeah.
all.
But they, like I said, the police were.
I would go to a thing called a riot.
fully set up, and everyone was. I think that's why it wasn't anything comparable to the Floyd riots, is because
Yeah.
no, we're not doing that again. We're not going to allow it.
I mean,
to get
Exactly,
to that
and
point again.
that's
People
kinda
have
the-
died from it.
Well,
One person died.
Yeah. Well, and we will talk about that.
8
but,
people?
but the thing is, I think that was also the difference this time is that after the BLM and Floyd riots, basically the whole country, it was like, we're not doing this shit.
I don't think it
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
the country. It's the fact that you have leadership. I'm just saying that with Trump in office right now versus Biden in office, when Biden was like, well, let them do it. They're left leaning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
It sucks that it's got to come down to
And the
fucking party
Democrats
lines.
are just such fucking cowards.
They're like, no, we can't have police out there policing things that need
Yeah.
policing.
It'll escalate things, and it'll make things worse.
Exactly.
It
It's like
really
they're
did.
it won't if you
The
bash
cops
a
were
few
s-
people with billy clubs and throw them in
They're
prison.
just enjoying watching cars burn.
The cops
That's
were really
nothing.
kind of just friendly. They're like, yeah, just walk. They were directing the route of the march.
Yeah.
It was like,
Kind of like when they did on January 6th.
yeah.
Yeah,
With their
exactly.
billy
Right on
clubs.
in.
Exactly like they did.
God,
Yeah.
it's amazing
most-
those videos
most-
don't get out there.
I know it's like it was the most unarmed insurrection in all of history, but also the most
The guy had zip ties, Kevin. Unarmed.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Yeah, did you see
zip
the guy? He had
ties!
horns on his helmet.
Oh
my God.
Yeah, I forgot. He was doing black magic.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I thought you were going to say
Scary shit.
blackface. I was like, no, it was painted in an American
You know
flag.
that shaman that the cops led into the Senate chamber.
Yeah.
The other
All right,
weird
guys,
thing
we're gonna
about
need
that-
to go ahead and take off. All right, we're out of here. Thanks,
All right,
bud.
yeah.
You were so kind and polite about it.
Yep.
Hey, remember to close the door and
He
lock
even-
up when you're like, ready to leave.
So there's even video of that where he actually even thanked the Capitol Police
Yeah.
for leading them in there.
Yeah,
and
thanks,
with
man.
being so nice to them.
But the thing is, those videos don't get out there because the news will not show those
No,
videos.
they won't.
Where it was, I mean, it's odd to see cops going, go right on in
Yep.
to the Capitol.
Yep. There was
Indeed.
literally like 6 cops leading that shaman guy to there. Like there's the cameras you can see.
Well,
on
how
the
else
security
can you
cameras
get evidence against him easily
exactly
and then lock him up for?
Get him in there and
I don't
lock him
know,
up.
Is
Yeah,
he still
yeah.
locked up?
No.
No,
Trump's
no.
already,
Let him out?
I think, let everybody out.
No, there's one
essentially.
person that stayed because she didn't feel right. There was actually one person that he had pardoned. She says, "No, I'm going to stay here because I think I made a big mistake."
Okay, that's
Well,
weird.
Okay,
Why?
yeah.
Why would you
Probably
do
got
that?
nothing better going on outside.
She's like, I'm learning how to knit.
yeah. I've met someone special.
I couldn't.
Her name's Helen.
I
I'm
couldn't
getting
knit on
my
the
diploma
outside.
in here.
Yeah. Right? Probably.
Actually,
Getting an
yeah.
education.
That's
not a bad
that,
idea.
that is the weird thing about prison. The amount of people, and it's not like a huge percentage of them, but that have learned to become lawyers
Yeah.
and go and represent themselves and get
Well,
themselves out
Yeah,
early.
and you hear about like also there's like inmates who will do legal work just to help out with other inmates
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
stuff. While they're inside.
a lot of
Andy
them are.
Dufresne.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Andy Dufresne. He did a great
Yes,
job.
exactly.
He helped them figure out taxes and shit.
He
Yeah.
sure did. He was very
Yeah.
helpful in his
He was.
position.
Yeah.
He even helped the warden.
He sure did.
I mean,
Old Fuzzy Britches over there.
kinda.
Yeah.
He helped the warden for. He called him obtuse.
Yes, he did.
Or
Did
am I
you,
being
did you say
too-
obtuse?
That was a good movie.
That was a good movie.
Shawshank Redemption.
I gotta watch that
It's a
again.
fantastic flick.
Yeah, that's one of those must-see movies, man. If you haven't seen that, what's wrong with you?
I've been doing movie nights with my kids. We recently watched with my oldest. We watched Fight Club. She'd never seen it.
Ah, such a good.
Great
she
fucking
called
movie.
it halfway through it. I was like, "Come on, you had to have known."
The only.
She had
Oh,
to
yeah.
have known the end of it, but she already knew that. Like, is he? That's a slip. He's got a split personality, doesn't he? I'm like, how the fuck did you catch on to that? You know the
yeah.
ending of this already?
Good job.
So, but yeah, she
Good
caught on to
job.
that.
You gotta ask her.
Smart.
Does she think that fucking Helena Bonham Carter's character is one of his split personalities?
That's a-
Because I believe it is.
That's a question to be answered too.
That's always been a theory.
That's my.
Um,
that was my theory the first time
yeah.
watching it. I'm like, dude, she has to be fake too. She walks in between cars with like no fucking
That's true.
Reckless abandon.
Yeah.
reckless abandon, and none of the cars honk at her.
You're right. They don't, do they?
No.
Holy shit! I guess
I
I
have to
never
watch. I
noticed
think
that.
they did.
Yeah,
I think they did honk at her.
Did they honk
No.
at her?
I'm pretty
It's
sure.
been-
No, they
It's been
honked
a
at
while
him
since
when
I
he
saw
walked
it.
out.
Hmm.
He walked out to go after her, and then when she turns around, a car honks at him, and he backs off.
It could be what
The,
it was.
the other thing that's crazy too is that, like, I think that what had to do with the fucking the pills and shit she was taking too. Those might have been his antipsychotics.
Huh?
And there's another theory
What
that
about the
he,
dildo on the dresser? Was that his as well?
it could be. He's got split personalities,
Yeah.
Tim.
I mean, Helen. Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
and
That's deep.
Well, another theory is that Bob doesn't even exist either.
Oh, Robert Paulson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
His name was
the
Robert
thought
Paulson?
is that he actually is the guy that has testicular cancer. That's why you always see him in the testicular cancer one, right? You see him in not just the testicular cancer one, but other cancer ones. It's always cancer ones. That he's got terminal cancer, and he's created this world because he doesn't want to deal with it. It's an interesting thought.
It is an interesting thought that there could be more of these things going on in the.
It's a good fucking movie.
Yeah, it is.
And I just watched 1408 again. I like that movie.
Is that the John Cusack one?
Yeah.
Where he's like in the hotel room.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
fucking
yeah.
does a great job
Yeah.
in
Well,
that
that's a
movie.
multi-personality one as well, isn't it?
No, he's.
What was that one? Identity. Was that his John Cusack one?
That might have been. I know that.
Identity. I think he was in that one.
He was like. I
It's
think
been
he
a
had
while.
multiple
They're like in the
personalities.
they're like in
that
that
shit.
like was it like the
retreat
motel
or something like that?
or
Yeah,
something like that.
motel,
It was,
yeah.
Isn't God fucking
was
Ray
good in that.
Liotta?
What
Isn't
was
Ray
that other
Liotta
one
in that
that he
too?
I want to say yes.
Yeah.
But it's been so long.
It's
I think
been
I've
a
only
long
seen
time
it once.
too.
But I
I
remember I really
it,
liked his role.
Wasn't it raining a lot in that movie?
It was very dark.
Dark, like
Yeah.
raining. I
haven't
feel like it was
seen
raining.
him in anything lately.
Oh, Ray Liotta passed.
Not him.
Oh,
John Cusack.
Oh, John
Well,
Cusack.
I was just thinking the
well,
other
he's
actor.
insane now.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a fucking crazy leftist loon now.
Oh, what about the guy that was in?
He's like an activist now. He doesn't
shit.
like make movies. anymore.
Leguizamo. That's one that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, I
either.
haven't seen him
And
in
he's
a while.
a phenomenal actor.
Oh, he's great,
Everything I've
yeah.
seen him in is like amazing. I
That
just
was the
watched
best
it.
part of Spawn.
Best
That's
goddamn part of
that's
Spawn.
exactly why I brought it up because that showed up on my feed the
Yeah.
other day as him and Spawn.
Dude, he was so great as the clown.
Holy shit!
Oh my
The
god.
guy's versatility, and he does like a stand-up show, but it's not comedy; it's a spoken word.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he does
it's-
like he tells like stories of his life and
Yeah.
stuff, but it's all like a narrative. And
Yeah.
those are great. There's like 2 of them, I think.
Yeah, I think
And
it's like
I think
2 or
he's got
3 of them.
3
there's-
actually.
are they 3?
Yeah.
They're really good though.
His first one's the best. The rest of them are
Yeah.
okay.
I've seen,
But the first one is pretty
I've
good.
only ever seen 2 of them, but yeah, but they were.
I'd like
great.
to see him more, but I think he's either retired or I don't even know what's going on with the guy. But
I don't know.
I've liked everything that I've seen him, and I've liked him.
Yeah, Leguizamo was great, although he sucked his.
Oh, he
being
wasn't
Luigi.
Wick. He wasn't Wick. That's right. He was the mechanic
Yeah.
in Wick, and they're doing a new Wick
Didn't
called the Ballerina.
Yeah, that's already.
Oh,
I think the production's already done on
Yeah.
that one. I think they're
Well,
already
it's on
putting
my
out
video
trailers
game,
and
dude.
shit.
Anna de Armas. I can be her model in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not so because John Wick is that's.
He makes a
Yeah.
cameo
He's in
apparently
it?
in this.
Oh, maybe
yeah.
maybe it takes place before the end.
Could be
of the fourth
pre-Wick.
one. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, it has to because he
Yeah.
obviously was. Well, I'm sure they'll find a way to resurrect him,
maybe. Yeah.
dig up his corpse.
What
Yeah.
movie was John Cusack in with fucking Billy Bob Thornton?
Oh,
It was like it was a heist movie.
Monsters Ball.
It was not that
He
one.
was Halle Berry.
Yeah.
A heist
Well, no,
movie.
I mean, I
you're
know
thinking you're thinking Bruce Willis.
Yeah, you're
No.
thinking Bruce Willis Bandits.
Yeah.
It also had Kate
no,
Blanchett in it.
no, I'm
Oh,
not.
you're thinking
It's
uh,
over a frozen fucking city and all that shit. Fucking. God damn it! I can't remember the name.
Billy
the
Bob
the
Thornton,
ice
it wasn't-
something.
Well, I don't. Ice Storm? No.
No, the
'cause
ice
The,
something.
No, the
ice
Ice
one I was
Storm,
thinking
yeah.
was the Frozen Ground, and he played a serial killer, and which it was based on a true story. Yeah,
The Ice Harvest.
yeah,
Ice,
that sounds
Ice
familiar.
Harvest. I do
remember
remember
one.
that movie.
does sound.
That's
Yeah.
a good fucking movie.
It is a good movie. Oh, God, I haven't seen that in ages.
It was when they ended up putting somebody in a fucking box and shooting the box. Billy Bob Thornton, I think, he's getting tossed in a box, and they started shooting
been
at it. and
so
he
long
started
since I
shooting
saw
back
it.
out, or maybe it was the other way around. But he's like, wait, he's still got his fucking gun in there? He's like, yeah, he's got his fucking gun in there. He's in a box, just getting ready to be tossed into the ice. Yeah, that's a fucking cool movie. It's been so long since I've seen it though.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time either.
But yeah, we've been doing we watched the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because my kids had never seen the real Wonka, not this fucking Johnny Depp bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
screw
the
that
Johnny
movie.
Depp one is just too weird.
And then they got the Tim Chalamet one that just came out of like the prequel or whatever. Yeah,
God,
they
that
didn't.
guy's in everything now.
They didn't really need to do any of the shit
No.
they did with that because the original Gene Wilder was by far
It's
the best.
perfect. It's a
Fucking
perfect
incredible
film.
one.
We watched actually this past week. We watched. Remember the TV movie The Stand?
Yes, that was awesome. It's like a
Never
4-part
seen it.
miniseries.
Yeah,
or something.
4-part. So we got had Gary Sinise and a bunch of other people
Yeah, it
in
was
it.
awesome.
It was great. And
Molly
so
Ringwald was in it.
She was in it.
Gary Sinise used to be in everything.
I know he did. But
was good.
we got a box set of a bunch of the Stephen King TV movies and
Yeah.
stuff, and miniseries.
Langoliers.
Yeah, it's got that on there and everything.
Oh,
but we watched The
Langoliers
Stand.
sucked.
That was terrible.
Yeah, it was
So
it
bad.
was.
Bronson Pinchot
It
was
was
in that one.
scaring a little girl. I just still freaking bounce Bronson Pinchot.
Yep.
But
Is that
The
Balky?
Stand, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but The Stand was
I don't know his real
was
name.
really good, and
I like The Stand a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it was drawn out.
Did it
but
have-
it was
Yeah.
really well done.
It? On your box sets?
It does have it.
The original,
Uh-huh.
compared to the new It, I have to say the new It's by far better. We watched
so-
the original It before, and it was
The original one's
it's gotten a
good,
bit
but
cheesy,
but it's
now,
cheesy
but-
because of the fact that it's a TV show.
Yeah. But
and
I still
acted
think
terribly.
Tim Curry's great.
It was all right. Tim Curry
Tim
was
Curry's the
amazing.
highlight.
That's
as
the only
clown.
person
Yeah,
that made
yeah.
it work was Tim Curry. The
Yeah.
rest of the actors and actresses in that were fucking awful.
Yeah.
They're just
Even though a
they're-
lot of them are,
they're
like, veteran
block-
actors,
Yeah, that's what I
too.
mean. Their
Yeah.
blocking was awful. They were just feeding lines out. It was like you could tell through production that they were actually just reading their scripts.
It was pretty phoned
Yeah,
in
it
at
was-
a lot of points. Yeah.
Well, yeah, they
Really
probably
bad.
had a very tight time schedule
Oh, I'm
too
su-
on
oh,
that one.
yeah, I'm
because
sure they-
it's
and it was a-
network television.
Yeah, and it was low.
Get it done in a
budget,
fucking
too.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy with the mole on his face. I can't remember the actor's
Richard
name.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Yep, he
was
was
in
on
a lot of shit, too.
Yeah, he was.
Which one is he?
The Waltons.
The Waltons, yeah.
Oh,
he was
yeah,
in
yeah,
The Waltons.
okay. I
Played
know.
John Boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Harry.
Harry Anderson.
He used to live here in Vancouver, actually.
He
Right
did?
there on the lake.
Really?
He had a house on
Wow, shit!
on
I didn't know that.
Lacamas Lake.
That makes
That's
sense
where
out
he
there.
retired, I think.
It was like right by where my grandparents lived when I
yeah,
was
that
growing
big
up.
red house
Yeah,
on
he
the
was-
on the east side of it.
Wow,
Dude, I remember
really?
watching
Yeah, that's
Night
that
Court.
was his house.
Holy shit! I didn't know what that
Wait,
house
which
is.
house? The red one?
Yeah,
Oh fuck!
I know
Yeah.
exactly which
That
house
house
you're
is
talking
awesome.
about.
yeah, that beautiful house right there. It was
I mean, it's
his.
not a big house,
Nope, very humble, but at the same time, huge property.
Wow.
Well kept. Yeah, that was
and
his
it's
house.
literally 14 feet from the fucking lake.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can
That's
just walk
crazy.
over and
That
fucking
was,
kayak.
That was old Harry Anderson's house,
Yep.
huh? Cool.
I think he passed away. What
He did.
Last
yeah.
time.
I think last year.
was it? That
I
was
think
it recent?
recent. It
Yeah,
was
I
during
thought it
the
was
show
before
Yeah,
Oh wow.
because we talked about it on here.
yeah, he
Um,
was one of the good ones.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was dude. Well, Night Court. I remember watching
Yeah.
that as a
Oh,
kid.
yeah,
Fucking
of
loved that
course.
show.
Of course.
Yeah.
You know.
But then let's see here. Then obviously they had oh god, what's his fucking name? Three's Company and
John Ritter.
John Ritter. Thank
Yeah.
you, John Ritter. And then,
He was really good at it. I have
Yeah.
to say that Ritter.
No,
actually,
he was.
Yeah.
He was solid in it.
In it, I believed his role. Very, I mean,
Yeah.
it
Well,
was
and then even
good.
The kids
even
were good.
The kids were good.
Yeah.
I think the
Eh.
kids actually. I
Which the
honestly-
blonde kid,
No,
the blonde lead, the blonde
He was
lead
fine.
kid.
Jonathan Brandis.
Yeah, Jonathan
Oh,
He
Brandis.
did fine.
He
I
was
thought he
okay.
did fine.
His stutter.
The
came
stutter
and went.
wasn't as
He didn't
great,
look
but
good with his stutter.
but I actually think the kid actors were better than the adult actors.
Yeah, because the adult
You
actors
know.
were like, "What? We're supposed to be scared of clown? Fuck you."
Yeah, no shit.
That's what they said when they saw the script.
like
they're
half
like,
those people were buddies with Tim Curry. and
"Yeah."
it's
They're like, "How? wait,
Tim
you,
is not scary, guys.
you said how much on my check? Yeah, I can fucking do this.
Yeah, but no,
I'll believe in a bullshit
Yeah.
clown for
Yeah.
you."
Go back and watch
But I
it
do
again.
like
You'll
the
be
new.
very discouraged.
Yeah, and I do.
I watched it last year.
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
saw.
like
I think I saw it a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And I agree with you though. It is cheesy, but it's for me. It's nostalgic.
Yeah.
So I can look past some of that stuff.
I will
but I
Tim
do
Curry
like the
was
new
great.
one. I do
I
like
will
the new
say
one.
Tim Curry crawling out of the fucking shower drain still fucks with
Oh,
me.
yeah,
though.
yeah,
That
man.
scene with the shower heads all squirt out in the middle and shit. I had nightmares
Well,
from that fucking
well,
thing.
with Tim Curry, what always got me was when he could go from just being playful to being absolutely horrifying
Yes.
in a second.
And that
Like,
was I think that was the problem with the new one is he was more horrifying always.
always.
yeah, there
He
was,
was
no
never
charm
playing.
About him. Yeah,
No.
there was
Which
no
I-
sweetness about him.
I wish
Yeah.
they would have brought in that charm
yeah.
and then said, "Hey, now after the charm, scare the fuck
Scare
out
the
of
shit
him."
out of the kids, please.
Yeah.
Well, I know they're starting a series on, I think, Max called Derry.
Yeah.
Welcome to Derry.
Welcome to Derry, and that's supposed to be in
Really?
the 50s, I believe,
Yeah, it's like
okay.
when they first.
or
Well,
70s, something like that.
I don't know if you guys ever read the
60s.
book, but in the book,
Well,
It-
tell us about the
it
book.
it
Kevin,
goes
your favorite
through-
part.
Favorite part, right in the
Favorite
middle of the
part?
book.
Come on, Kevin.
Is it right in the middle of the book?
What is it? What's the part?
That's,
Is-
I think towards the end of the book, isn't
Well,
that scene?
How do they fight it? In this
It,
version?
so,
How do
so
they-
is your favorite part where she's sitting on a couch and they're all standing behind her?
I thought they were in the sewer. I thought they were in the
couch
sewer
was
when
black.
they did that. Yeah, but no, like they talk
Kevin
about.
doesn't get the reference.
Well, I know the reference. But
Oh yeah, what is it?
when they bang her.
No, that's not the reference we were talking about. It was the couch part.
Yeah, Jesus.
It's called casting couch, dummy.
Oh, the Cassie. Oh, I got
Jesus
you, got you.
Christ.
But so like but in the book they actually talk about a little more about like the history of how
Yeah.
and there's like they go through like some of the old like newspaper articles and photos and they see it in different places. Like he's been there in that town for
Yeah.
like over 100 years.
It's
know?
been way longer than that.
yeah, way longer than that, but he's been
Since
there for a
every-
long,
since
long
he
time.
crashed
Was
into
it
Earth.
Every
Yeah.
20 years it shows up or something like
it's
that.
28.
28, yeah. And I guess it and Randall Flagg's the bad guy from The Stand.
Yeah.
They don't like each other, but they both work for the same bad guy. The Outer Darkness.
Oh, that's an
Yeah,
interesting
so
theory.
there is
There's-
Stephen King's
So it's
universe
the same
is connected.
universe, huh?
Yeah,
And there's other crazy things
and
to it.
Randall Flagg from The Stand, the bad guy in that, he's actually the Dark Man from the what's it called?
I thought it
The
was
Dark
Satan.
Tower, the Dark Tower series. He's not Satan. He's actually this like pseudo immortal necromancer
What?
being. Yeah.
I thought he was Satan because he wanted to bring in the son of Satan and got that bitch pregnant. That was the whole point of her giving
well,
birth was to bring in the
Are we talking
I mean,
Constantine?
no, we're talking
No.
the stand, but it was basically
The Stand,
it was the whole
yeah.
idea of the son of Satan.
Well, see, in the show, The
Showing up.
Stand, they're a little. They tend to go that a little
They
more
dance
that direction.
around it, but that's
the
what I thought.
The book, they actually kind of take a different turn on it, but like
And Constantine 2's got the green light.
Finally. Well, the Naked Gun. We got a Naked Gun coming out.
Yeah,
with
that's
fucking,
with what the fuck is his name?
guy from. Oh my God, the Gray.
You don't know me.
Liam
Jesus,
Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
There we go.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson.
It's too close to Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Liam Neeson's going to play Frank Drebin.
Yes.
He's gonna be Frank Drebin.
Don't know how that's going to work.
Don't know how
I've
that's
He's
never
done
gonna
seen-
comedy before, but very
Kinda,
lightly.
yeah.
and
Yeah,
he's made
it's
some
not-
cameos in some comedies.
But Leslie Nielsen, like, man, how do you top that?
You
Yeah,
don't.
those are
Like-
big shoes to
No,
fill.
there's no
and
way
I even
that you
loved
can do that.
Dracula Dead and Loving It.
I did too.
Even though it was fucking horribly reviewed.
Oh yeah, of course.
I
But
still thought it was great.
His appearance in Airplane, I always loved.
oh my god, it's so good.
Well, that's what
Surely
started
you
him
can't be serious.
down that road.
Yeah.
But then also Spaceballs 2.
Yep,
has
that's
been
coming out
announced.
too.
Are you
They're
serious?
bringing Rick Moranis back.
out of
he's-
retirement?
He signed on
Holy
to
shit!
play Helmet again.
Lord Dark Helmet's
Yep.
coming back.
And they're digging up Joan Rivers and John Candy.
I wonder if
Dragging their corpses
yeah.
across the
I
screen.
wonder if Bill Pullman's gonna come back as Lone Star.
Oh, that'd be fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Well,
would be
Bill
great.
Pullman's still around, man.
Yeah, I
you
don't see
know,
why he
he
wouldn't.
just had that show that he did.
At first, I
called
thought you
Sinner.
confused him with Bill Paxton.
Oh.
And I was like,
we
no.
have to dig him up too.
I was like, wait, no, this isn't going to work. First off, he wasn't in the movie, and he's dead.
yeah.
And then the sound guy that makes all the weird, funny sounds, he's still.
Oh, yeah,
Michael
Winslow.
Winslow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the woman that played the princess, she's still around too. She pops up from time
Daphne
to time.
something or-
Daphne, like
or I think-
Zuniga.
Yeah, some
Zuniga?
weird name.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen her in anything
Yeah.
but that.
She shows up on TV shows from time to
She
time.
does not look the same.
No.
Of course not. None of them do. Look
No,
at
she
Jennifer
looks
Grey.
About a
Doesn't
billion
look at
years
all
old.
like she did as a kid.
Yeah. I don't think Daphne Zuzuzu. I don't.
What is
think
it?
Zuzuzu.
Are you a
It's
bee? What the fuck is going on?
Zuzinu.
I'm about to smack him.
But she didn't have all that plastic surgery like Jennifer Grey. did.
Yeah.
Basically became a whole different person.
I mean, Joan Rivers did look exactly like her plastic fucking counterpart. So
Yeah,
she
she
did
really
the
did.
wax one.
Yeah.
in
So-
Vegas. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the fucking.
Dot Matrix.
Oh, dot matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If he just painted her gold, spray painted her gold, they'd be
was
1 to
Joan
1,
Rivers,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit shorter though.
Yeah, no, that I can't wait for that. That
That'll
and
be
Constantine
cool.
will be
As
cool.
long as
Yeah.
I totally thought Mel Brooks was dead.
No, he's
He's
still
like
around.
98.
Yeah. I think he did.
They
He
did a second
they
History
did
of the
History
World.
of the World Part
And
2,
I-
which was not very good.
I haven't seen it. I heard it was crap.
I didn't like it. Yeah.
I think part of that
'Cause
is
it was a
also being
miniseries as
yeah,
well,
miniseries.
wasn't
It was it was a miniseries, and I just
and with the constraints of a show, and who
Well,
knows if
it's-
they had fucking lots of notes for them. 'Cause
I
if
don't
they had a lot of
know.
notes for them, it's like, well, we can't do what
It
we
just-
want.
That's what I mean. They fucked up Willow the same
Well,
way.
well,
Willow would have been
also
great.
the thing is though is like it's also different times. You know, like back then.
Oh God, yeah.
The
Could
stuff,
you imagine if he got
yeah.
away with what he did
See, it just
then? Now,
it just felt like it was very sterile.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. It
didn't
didn't
want
feel
to
right.
offend anyone. That was the
No,
whole
that's
point.
that's just it. It
the whole
felt
point
like
of it was to be
they-
offensive.
Yeah, it felt like they really took pains to not be
Yeah.
offensive,
I think
and
though,
it really just took the bite out of the whole
I think
thing.
with the way the culture shift is happening, where it's trying to get more away from that for the most part.
yeah, the pendulum is swinging back.
Yes.
again. Yeah.
I
I
think
hope
that
so.
hopefully this is going to be a good one because I love
the
that.
advent of cocaine in the industry again, I think is important.
Comb
you know
the
what?
sands.
I agree.
And the
Bring
guy
back
walking with
cocaine in the industry.
with a
Weinstein got arrested. It all went downhill.
yeah, dude. The Canon movies from back in the
Gatekeeping
80s would
work.
never have happened without cocaine.
or Dom DeLuise
Or Tom DeLuise.
and him eating a hoagie every fucking 5 minutes in the goddamn
Shit,
movie.
I almost passed out doing that shit.
Wow, you have COPD.
Oh my God, that was wild. Tom
Yeah, 'cause
DeLuise,
I'll
that
tell
guy
you
was
one
fucking
thing, man.
amazing.
That's what Hollywood needs, man. Is just to get its fucking edge back because it's just been so.
Well, and stop taking itself so
Crappy.
fucking seriously.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the big issue there. Is like stop worrying about offending
Offending
people.
everything.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Not just that, but stop taking yourself so seriously. Not every year do we have to have a movie about slaves. Not every year do we have to have a movie about like a trans woman or a gay person fucking coming up and making it.
Yeah.
It's like, who are these movies for? I get it. They're for the fucking award ceremonies, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. Stop making movies for award
Yeah,
ceremonies.
because
Start
nobody
making movies
watches
for
those
us
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, there's been several that have gotten Oscars that I didn't even know. What movie is that?
No, first off, you can't find it anywhere.
Yeah, that's
It
Well,
was released in 6 theaters on the East Coast.
Yeah, and another thing about these award shows is that there's a reason why people stopped watching them is because every single time they're on, every person that comes up has some goddamn political statement that
Oh,
they have to
Jesus.
make.
Well, not just
and
that-
it's fucking infuriating and insufferable.
People have also learned how that actually works. You have to petition to get your fucking movie up on an award. You have to pay a bunch of money in order to get your movie fucking up there.
See,
that-
And you have to fucking
That's such bullshit.
and you have to constantly fucking pay to fucking promote it
Yeah.
to them, to people that you're not promoting it to the people that are going to watch it.
Right.
You're promoting it to people that are just going to watch it one time and fucking that's
so
it.
ass backwards. Like, and also I was reading online. They actually have like all these different like stipulations. Like you have to have so many LGBTQ members, so many
Yeah.
black
Oh
and
my
actors. and
So a
many of
period
this,
piece
so many of
doesn't
that, so many of
work,
this. No,
right?
it doesn't.
Unless that period piece is fucking, like 8 billion years into the
Yeah.
future, where everybody's non-binary.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you
did
know,
you see? You ever?
you can change your sex by flipping a switch.
So Mads Mikkelsen, he did a movie recently, and it's like it takes place in like medieval, fucking. It's like Danish history, and like the one of the reporters when they were doing like this panel.
Yeah, I
this press
remember
conference
watching it.
Yeah, yeah, and
asking
he's
him, and he's
asking him
like,
like, why aren't there like
"What
more
do you-"
black people and everything? He's like, because it takes place in medieval
Yeah.
fucking Danish history. It's like there were no black people there.
It's like 1300 something.
Yeah, it's like they weren't in that part of the world at that
Yeah,
time.
there was one black guy in the whole country.
Yeah, yeah. It's and I remember Mad Mikkelsen is just like, what the fuck are you asking me,
Yeah.
bro? Like, why are you asking me this
Well,
right now?
Have you seen the trend of like, it's fucking crazy. And I don't know if it's all just jokes or something, but you'll see like pictures and like, yeah, see, we were the first ones, and it's black people saying they were the first Vikings, and they were the first fucking this and that. They invented
we
everything.
Was kings.
Yeah, well, that's the
Yeah.
comments under it. Everything.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
was everyone.
Yeah.
And it's just
We
I don't-
invented the light bulb.
I don't know if it's just people trolling or if it's people that actually believe that in the. It's like, no, there's history for all these places.
Sure.
Let's just say what the history was, whether it was good or bad. Who gives a shit? It's the history.
Yeah, it happened.
And generally speaking, history is just written by people that won. That's
a lot
it.
of the time, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean,
that's very, very true.
But
You know.
especially when it comes to like wars and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
but-
so they're not going to be in there and being like, no, we were bad in this war.
Yeah,
No, they're going to be like,
yeah.
no, we were great. We were the reason that, not just that we won, but because we were on the side of good.
yeah. And that's the thing. Everybody thinks they're the good guy.
Yeah. Hitler thought he was the good guy.
He did. So I mean,
He
Pol
thought he was-
Pot.
He thought he was
Pol
right.
Pot did too. Yeah, they all
He was
did.
what?
Right.
Yes,
Right.
he was right.
Yes, he was very right. He says, but it's I don't know. I think Hollywood, they're gonna continue to decline until they make major changes.
Yeah, it's
And-
going to be AI that just comes out of it.
Oh yeah,
Well,
actually,
that's already happening.
well,
I
and,
know, but that's going to be the
See,
next wave of movies.
and that's the thing too, is that if Hollywood does not change their tune, AI. Now it's gonna happen eventually anyway with the AI.
Yeah.
But if Hollywood continues to decline like it is, then AI is going to be even more prevalent when it comes to that sort of stuff. Well, people will accept it a lot quicker. And
Well, not just that. You
know.
can now just hire one actor, one big name, and then make everything else AI. And
you don't
just
even
have
need
it
You
an
don't
work.
even
actor
need to do
any-
that.
yeah,
No,
you don't
but-
need an
but-
actor anymore.
But
Yeah.
no,
you just plug in.
in order to get their likeness, you would need them.
No.
That's why they would just AI would
No,
create
not
a
at
new
all.
actor.
Yeah,
No, I know, but they could easily pay somebody, one person, to make a movie,
but look,
and then do AI for everything
well,
else.
what I'm saying is that Hollywood, it's not even that you need to do it in Hollywood. It's going to get to a point where literally you could be on your computer and type in, I want to watch a movie starring Bruce Willis and Marlon Brando in his prime.
Sucking
And
each other's dicks.
There you go.
Right, Kevin?
Kevin's
Sure,
favorite
sure.
movie.
Or
Handing each
like
other
you're
off.
like one of them's
Called
one of
the Great Reach Around.
One of them's a hitman, and one of them is a fucking paleontologist searching for alien dinosaurs, and they end up having to save the world from The
Blow
Return
jobs.
of the Third Reich,
Oh.
and the AI would fucking generate that whole movie, and
Yeah.
boom, there you go.
Well, it'll go beyond
Sounds
that.
like a
where
shitty movie.
You don't
I'm
even have
saying
to.
it's just a
you don't even
stupid
have to
idea.
prompt it anymore because AI will be so advanced.
Yeah.
It'll just know what you want to watch.
Well,
We won't even have to make
yeah.
efforts anymore, dude.
Well,
Well,
my-
it'll just trick you into doing what it wants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's why they
that's-
won't need an actor.
Well, like what you
No,
were
I
saying.
agree.
They'll convince
eventually.
us that eventually that I mean, what the interesting thing would be if AI created a actor that became fucking famous.
They
and
already
had-
have.
and has to continually
Yeah.
use this same actor for
They're
other
on
movies
OnlyFans.
Yeah, I was gonna say they
They
have
already
on
have.
OnlyFans and like Instagram girls
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
that are completely
Yes,
made up.
Completely made up.
100%.
Fucking
And all you
wild,
see
dude.
is Bobs and Vagines from fucking India.
See, that's
Yeah.
what I'm
That's
saying.
all you see.
Yeah.
But the thing, what
They
you-
all think it's
so
real.
What you were saying about
Because they live in dirt.
So what you were saying about creating an entire like an actual actor from scratch?
Yeah.
Like they've already AI's already created people from scratch.
Oh, yeah.
Like that like unique people.
Yeah, and they just
that
say,
look
"I'm a
real."
prompt."
Well, yeah.
seen those
I've
videos?
seen those
Yeah.
videos. Yeah,
And-
Fucking
we're
wild.
prompts right now.
Yeah, and so it's like it can do that.
might be a prompt.
Have a movie with totally realistic looking people that are totally unique, and
Totally.
you know,
completely.
absolutely.
That's what I mean.
Fully.
There-
Stopped you in your fucking tracks right
That's
there.
what's going to happen. Is there isn't going to
One
be
word.
stars or anymore. The whole idea of Hollywood would be obsolete. There's not going to be star power
No.
anymore. There's not going to
It'll
be
be
any
independent.
celebrities.
You'll have independent films. Is all
Yeah,
you'll
you'll
have
still
after
have
Yeah.
independent films
We'll,
probably.
we'll
but
want that. We'll be like,
Yeah.
oh man, I'd really like to see
like
a
these
real
are
person.
real people in a movie. Man, those were the days.
I remember that.
Yeah. But you're going to be able to create your own movies on your computer, and then save the file and be like,
Yeah.
hey, I want to
and
watch
then
this
sell
movie
it to
later.
people
Yeah,
Yeah, but people
Maybe,
wouldn't
yeah.
buy it. Who would buy it?
or just throw it on YouTube.
because it
You
would
can
be a
prompt your
unique
they
own.
can
story.
make their own. Yeah,
It would be a unique story that they don't know.
maybe
Fair
so.
enough, but
Yeah.
at the same time, I don't know. I just think the way AI is going, I don't think it's going to leave us for needing for anything or wanting for anything.
Well, look, and you're right because okay, if you can create movies, then you're going to be able to create art. You're going to be able to create
Yeah, it'll be based on the
comic
independent
books.
They've been
experience.
creating art like
novels.
crazy.
Yeah, exactly. They're already on
You
the art.
created a comic book with AI.
Yes. Yeah.
What are you
Uh,
talking about?
I
They'll
know.
be able to.
No, I know.
That's what I
know.
mean, but
Yeah.
it'll be based on an independent person's like preferences. There's no way the whole idea of a crowd pleasing thing is going to be obsolete.
for sure.
But
yeah.
that's the thing, though. That I don't think that's entirely true because there's definitely things that I've watched that I wouldn't have ever watched.
Had it been not for a crowd wanting,
No, not just a crowd, but just that it's out there in the ether versus, well, what's in my head? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're
So
saying.
there's definitely been movies where I've watched where I've been like, oh, I would have never even thought to watch this. You know, and just because it showed up on television or something like
got,
that.
or got recommended by somebody.
Yeah.
well, that's what I mean. That's not. I don't even think TV is going to be a thing anymore.
No, it'll definitely be.
Well,
For the
actually,
purposes of
I
what?
mean, I think
Entertainment,
cable,
the same
well,
thing.
Well, I mean, the question is what form will be in because I think cable TV is on its way out.
Well, yeah, we know that.
Yeah,
but you know, in a matter of 10, 15 years, that's going to be gone.
Yeah, hopefully it gets to a point to where all it is you can just buy what you want, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
And it's already working its way that way. Like, if
Yeah.
you want Max, you get Max. If
Ex-
you want fucking Netflix, you get Netflix.
Exactly. And yeah, it's a lot cheaper that way actually than just paying.
If you bought all of them, no.
No, not if you bought all of them, but if you bought like the ones that you wanted, like 2 or 3 of them,
Yeah.
it's cheaper than a cable package.
You're talking like a
cable
po-
package is like $200 fucking dollars.
You're talking like the poors.
Yeah.
I guess so. Hell, I like
Some
to
people
save a
would
dollar.
like some. Yeah, no shit. We can tell. That's why you go Israel. That's why you're like that.
How is Go Israel going to save me a dollar?
Never mind. How did you miss that? How did you miss that?
What? Because the Jews like money?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey, someone fucking figured it out,
You gonna
dude.
spell it out?
Well, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't help me. I'm not a Jew.
got
I don't
it.
have a Jewish lawyer. I don't have a Jewish accountant.
That you know of.
And that's the
I
complaint.
don't even have
isn't
an
it?
accountant.
And that's why you have money problems.
I don't have money problems
Sounds like it.
Why?
because I don't have a Jewish accountant.
You're trying to save $1.
Not literally a $1.
Getting worked up. Getting them worked
I
up.
know, he gets so angry so easily.
How is that angry? Do you know human
I
emotions?
can see how angry you are. It's fucking boiling inside of you. You're about to fucking burst.
You've known me for 20
Kevin.
years and you don't know me at all.
Okay, little teapot. Fucking Jesus Christ, man. Steam fucking rising.
Yeah, I don't have that sound, but it would be a good one.
A little steam. No, doesn't sound like
the,
that.
the steam engine
It's not
horn,
even close.
like a train. There we go. That's good.
It's close. Yeah, it's almost there.
But
I
yeah.
So
look
didn't
forward
someone
to the
get
end of the
shot
world.
in
I think it's
Salt
gonna-
Lake City?
Oh yeah, let's
Well,
get
from
back to
the
that.
from the quote unquote.
So during
riots.
the No Kings
No King protest.
protest / riots,
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's working.
yeah, it's not working.
You turned it off and turned it back on.
Oh,
She fell asleep.
there we go. I guess so. Mouse fell asleep. So, where did that go? There we go. Boom.
Walk us along, Kevin.
You're welcome.
Oh, wait. So this was in Colorado, you said earlier,
Well,
Kevin?
yeah, because the other article I was looking at said Colorado. I thought that was the one I pulled up. So in Salt Lake City,
He's blaming it on the article. They had a misprint.
this is
It
what I
was
told
them.
you
It was an
earlier.
advertisement for a Chevy Colorado.
Yeah.
So,
By Colorado.
at the No Kings
Toyota Tacoma. It was about Tacoma.
So at the No Kings riot in Salt Lake City, yeah, I'm calling it riot because that's what
This
it was.
is so weird. This situation was bizarre.
So a guy was shot and killed, and the thing is that he was, I guess, walking around. He had like a rifle,
Yeah.
but he had it like slung down. You know, he wasn't like aiming it at anybody.
Man, his
And-
name is almost a sneeze.
Yeah, it is.
Lou.
Arthur Falasa Alu. And he,
You sold it.
yep, you're welcome. And so he ends up getting shot by two of these people that were there.
You got
as,
shot
like,
by two people?
Well, he was shot by one, but they were both like aiming at him. Like one
Okay,
of
so
them
he
fired
was
at
not
him.
shot by two people.
Actually, no, I think he was. Well, he was. Two of them fired at him, but one of them hit him. Is what I mean.
So they don't know who did
And
it?
one of them also hit the. Oh, they know who did it. One of them also hit somebody in the crowd too.
Okay, so two people
And-
got shot.
Well, read the article. How
Well,
about
one
instead
person
of just
died.
Yeah, but two people got
So-
shot.
I believe so. Yeah, that's what I had heard.
Is what you're saying.
So it says here, Arturo Gamboa, 24, never shot the rifle he pointed at protesters.
Okay, so...
So wait a minute.
See,
Arthur
read it from the
Falusala-
beginning, dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
'cause
Kevin,
like I said,
none of
yeah,
this
this
is
is
yeah.
confusing.
Okay.
Yeah, none of the information you've
So-
gotten so far is
All right,
right.
So this Alu, Arthur Falas Alu, 39, was killed Saturday night when two men shot at a person allegedly brandishing a rifle at
So he was
demonstrators.
just this person that was killed didn't have a rifle at all. He was a bystander.
This guy, yeah, the guy was killed. That was killed was a bystander. The
Yeah.
guy with the rifle that they were shooting at was not killed.
Yeah.
And they hit some poor bastard that was just in the way.
Yeah. So two guys shot at a person
yeah.
that was allegedly brandishing a
And
rifle.
yes, and these people that fired at him were called peacekeepers for the protest. You
It's-
know, riot security.
It's kind of like the Iran situation where we're
So this
freedom
is,
givers.
So the guy that had
Yes.
a rifle, his name's Arturo Gamboa,
yes.
24.
And he was not aiming it at anybody. He just
No.
had it
He
at-
never
down
fired
here.
the rifle.
Never
he never
fired it.
pointed. They
No.
say he pointed at protesters, but
Well, they say he did, but I had read other.
they arrested him on murder charges, saying he
They
created
arrested
this.
him instead of the people that shot at him.
Isn't that wild? The
And
the person
that
actually killed
someone.
the person.
Yeah.
Didn't get arrested.
They arrested the guy that did nothing wrong.
That was carrying a rifle.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
That's
Isn't that
fucking
wild?
crazy.
It's fucking crazy.
Because one of the rules of shooting is know your backstop, and your backstop shouldn't be a 39-year-old person.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the sad part about this. Is the person was just protesting, was a bystander. Someone else showed up with a rifle, apparently was brandishing it.
So-
Two people that were probably concealed carry thought this person needed to go down.
So see here, it says here, Arturo Gamboa, 24, never shot the rifle he pointed at protesters. So here they're saying he pointed at protesters. I saw other reports that he didn't even raise the rifle. And so I don't
Weird.
know which one of these are correct. So
There was a
but-
video that I watched where he was crouched down with a group of people, and then the police finally approached and took him because they were like, "That's the guy, that's the guy," because he was with another crowd. And they were all on their knee or something like that, and the police came up and took him away, arrested him.
Yeah. Even though he did not fire a gun.
Yep.
And it says, but police arrested him on
That is
murder
so
charges and said he created the dangerous situation that led to Alu's death.
Gesundheit.
Thank you. Police said that they were investigating whether the man who shot at Gamboa and fatally hit Alu was justified in firing his gun. He has not been identified publicly. And then it just goes into the
backstory of this
victim's
guy.
backstory. And so this is the thing is that, I mean, this guy did nothing wrong based on, I mean, even if he pointed the gun at protesters, he still didn't fire.
You don't need to bring a fucking rifle to a
No,
protest.
you don't need to. But these other two guys were
I don't know,
insane.
sometimes you do.
Well, yeah, if you're...
Kyle Rittenhouse?
If you're
No,
Kyle
your name's
Rittenhouse,
Kyle,
yeah,
yeah.
that's probably a good idea.
But that
And
was more of a protest. That was a riot.
That
This
was a
is-
riot. Well, this was. I mean, let's face it. A lot of these protests tend to turn into riots, and
Which surprisingly, these didn't. These No King ones, I didn't hear much about any riots
there were
at all.
some that were riots, but they weren't as bad.
Portland was quiet.
Portland. I'm
Seattle
surprised
was quiet. The two places that
Uh,
went berserk last time.
Except for I
Yeah.
think was it Seattle that had all the people on the freeway or whatever. They were blocking the freeway or
I
highway.
don't know about that.
So
My favorite was the guy in Florida who was like, if you get on the freeway, we're going to run you over. If you fucking...
The cop.
Yeah.
The chief of police is like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
sending your whereabouts to your family to come collect your remains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
If you
damn,
point
dude.
if you point a weapon at anyone, you will be shot
Yeah.
and killed.
Yeah.
We will
Oh.
kill you.
Guy wasn't well, but there was also the whole thing that Trump was having the military parade in was it D.C.?
it was DC.
Yeah, I think that was
yeah.
just a lead up to Iran.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a show
Well,
of force.
Well, also that day was also Trump's birthday.
Well, and it was also
Yeah.
disguised as 250 years of the army and all that shit.
But
And then you
but
said-
but the thing is though, there were riots during these No Kings protests. It just depended on where you're talking about because like I saw videos of like people shooting fireworks at cops and cars. They were setting
Oh, really?
cars on fire.
Prior to, I remember seeing stuff
yeah,
like that.
and,
But the actual No
well,
Kings
a lot of it
protests.
a lot of the worst stuff happened in places like California and
LA.
LA was
Well, LA
really
was
bad.
already
Yeah, that was already really bad. But there was a
Already
couple
going
other
pretty
places in the
bad.
country that got, kind of, rioty. And they were like firing fireworks and stuff at police and stuff like that. But it was like, but they were like, what I saw, the videos I saw, it was like people were firing like those, the like Saturn V rocket things and, like the ding, ding, ding
the loud
ones.
noisemaker ones.
Yeah, basically. Which are not deadly, but I mean, you could still probably
You can still
fuck
die
someone up
from
with
them,
that.
but it's got to be very specific.
Yeah.
It flies up your nose.
You're right.
I
yeah.
suppose that'd probably be the only way, but
But-
ended up your nose and blew up.
So yeah, this I don't know of.
Or you
there-
have seizures.
I have not heard anything about the guys that actually fired their weapons into a crowd
They
and trying to
just-
get this
They
guy.
just said that they're not bringing him out. They're investigating
Yeah.
more to see if they're
they're
going to charge
investigating
him.
more, but yeah, they haven't been
They
arrested.
haven't identified
Yeah,
them or publicly
yeah,
identified them.
and they haven't arrested them at all, but they arrested the guy that did nothing wrong.
Yeah,
But I
just-
heard there
straight.
was someone that was beat to death at one of these as well, but I don't remember where.
Oh yeah, I think that was California.
Was it California?
Yeah, because they found the dead body of
Yeah.
somebody who's beaten to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was before.
was before the actual
was
No
that
Kings.
before No
We
Kings?
talked about it last week.
I don't think we did.
think we did. Not that.
This might be something different then.
It might
Maybe,
be.
Yeah.
because I remember
There might have
hearing
been
about
another
it.
one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, there was one last week that we talked about that it ended up being found dead at one of the protests.
Mhm.
Huh. I don't remember that.
Well, I mean,
I don't remember it.
the
I don't
good
remember
thi-
that.
The good
I don't
thing
remember
is, good thing is that this
think
was
I know.
not as bad as
I don't remember it.
It could have been. I think.
Just give it time.
Well, this war is going to get
Well.
us in this far more than this protest ain't going to mean shit.
Yeah, but that's also going to take away all the capital that the Republicans have on doing this.
And the
Yeah.
thing is Kamala ran on that was. People were like, if Kamala's elected, we're going to war.
Yeah.
You know, remember
'Cause
that?
she was talking
Yeah,
about going into
like,
Iran and all that shit.
all the memes that came out of guys riding in helicopters because
Yeah.
Taylor Swift endorsed Kamala. Guys are going to have to go to war.
Yeah,
she wants war.
It just goes to show you that the government's not ran by the president.
No, it really isn't.
Well, it certainly wasn't run by the president during the Biden administration.
We're not talking about
Well,
that.
that's
What we're
even
talking
more. It's
about
like
is
that's what Trump ran
doesn't
on. It's
matter
like,
who's
I'm
in
not.
there.
I don't
Right.
want wars. I don't want to be in wars. I don't like the loss of life, especially
I don't
American
either.
life.
I don't either. That's why
He's talking about the president, not
That's
you.
not what the president was saying.
Yes.
It's like
No,
that
I
was
know.
his
Okay,
running.
fine,
Part of
fine.
his running. Was
Me
like,
either,
fine.
dude.
Well,
I'm
You
not a
should
big
run
fan.
for president then, Kevin.
Well, hey,
Jesus.
well, okay. Now that's what our
Or pay
president
attention to
says
the
now,
conversation.
and yet- I just missed the part where he said president.
He
So,
said Trump.
I
But that was
missed
the
that
thi-
part.
yeah, well,
Shane.
that's what he ran on, and now it looks like he might be headed that direction.
Yeah, well, that's
That's
what it
what's
looks like. And
frustrating.
if he
Me
does,
either.
well, and if he does, then there's going to be a lot. He's basically going to split MAGA down the middle.
Yeah,
I think
because
it'll be worse than that.
Yeah.
I think
possibly.
it'll be like a 70-30 split.
It could be, and I mean, I was just watching an interview. Well, it was a discussion between Tucker Carlson and Steve Bannon.
I
and
saw. Well, no,
they were
that's Steve
both
Bannon.
they were both saying, and I agree with them, that if Trump goes into war with Iran and actually starts, going headlong into it, then he's going to lose their support. He's going to lose my support too, and he's going to lose a lot of people's support. Like you said, probably 70-30 or something like
Yeah,
that.
I think it'll be huge. I don't
You
think because there's a lot of people that are like, no, we don't want another fucking regime change war.
No.
We don't
It's
even
not
wanna put the
gone well.
Resources out there, like
Right.
like there's already. How much have we dumped in Ukraine that we're not getting back?
Yeah.
Too much. Far too much.
Well, I mean, look at what Iraq and Afghanistan. The amount of money that was
Oh my
dumped into
fucking
that was
God,
trillions, trillions.
Yeah.
So we just fucking left there.
There were
and we
pallets.
left all our shit there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We-
Yeah.
We had pallets of billions of dollars that just went missing.
That's
Missing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and not to mention, speaking on the Iran thing, Biden gave billions of dollars to Iran during his administration.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing that we do. We give money to people that we create as enemies later.
Mm-hmm.
We gave money to Osama bin Laden in the 70s and 80s
Yeah.
in
Gave 'em
Afghanistan.
training, military support.
Yes,
all
CIA
that.
fucking
Yep.
support.
Mhm.
And then, weirdly enough, he becomes an enemy later. Donald Rumsfeld sold a shitload of guns to Iraq, and then we went into Iraq.
Mhm.
We, we gave tons of money to fucking Iran with the Shah, and then weirdly enough, that's an enemy. Libya, same thing.
Yep.
Syria, same thing.
Mhm.
We do this everywhere.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it has not worked out well for us.
No.
And and President Trump ran on not getting into new wars
Yeah, and the only
and
reason
trying
we don't
to stop the wars that are going on.
and the only reason I don't bring up Vietnam as another one is because we didn't call it a regime change war.
No, we did.
But that's what it was.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah.
We wanted Ho Chi Minh gone.
Yeah.
That was
yeah.
the whole reason we went in.
Well, I remember
That didn't go
they
well
also
either.
Talked about that they got to destroy the bamboo Pentagon or whatever it was. They
I
thought
don't
there was
know.
like this central, central like place where the Viet Cong like met and had conversations.
Their
with-
World Trade Center.
Yeah. Basically, it was like their military center. I think they called it like the Bamboo Pentagon,
Ah.
which it didn't exist.
Kevin's just making it up.
No, you can look it up.
No, I'm not going to.
I'm not going to.
I
either.
don't really want to, Kevin. Thank you though.
Well, fine. If you want to prove that I'm fucking telling the truth, then you can look it
Why
up.
don't,
Keep
why don't
riffing, dude.
you
I like
bring?
it, yeah.
Why don't you bring receipts?
Yeah, that's the point, isn't
Yeah,
it?
there we have Google now. I don't need to bring receipts.
You do. Stop fucking lying to us. You're lying to us right
I
now.
don't need to bring books for you to
This is
fucking
a
read.
nationally
You won't read them anyway.
Not syndicated show.
Exactly. It never
it's
will be.
technically internationally not syndicated.
Technically, yeah, it is international.
We got some Germans that listen to this,
We-
weirdly
we-
enough, because of Kevin. But,
I guess.
we can end on Kevin's racism 2 weeks in a row.
You guys are gonna get me deported.
I mean, don't worry. It'll just be straight to fucking, where is that? Argentina? No, it's the other place.
It's nice this time of year, so you'll be fine.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know the way you
I
guys
think
are talking.
Guantanamo.
It's gonna be fucking Germany.
It's going to be Guantanamo. Anyway, goodbye, everybody. Thank you for listening, or whatever you do. Like, subscribe, follow us, and tell your friends. And, Kevin one day will see the light. Goodbye.